Yeah. Marshall. So what you know about teamwork? Cause I've been in the clouds trying to make the dream work. Always done it on my own, that's why I seem hurt. Cause I ain't met no one that ever put me first. So what I know about teamwork? Cause I've only ever done it on my lonesome. I got a deal through it out, yeah, I grown some. Don't expect love if you've never shown none. I spent last year in the haze, so many records got made. I kept that shit to myself, I only wanted my pay. I took some time for stage, got in the bed with the snakes. They wasn't doing their job, I let them slither away. I wanna build me a team, so I can get to my fans. I need someone on my side, that's gonna give me a chance. But shit just ain't what it seems, don't let them in on your plans. I hope they know what I mean, I hope that you understand. So never land, never pan out. Wings talk, think I better let them span out. Was too chill, think I better let the man out. Grew up with hand-me-downs, now I'm never taking handouts. Man, if you knew all the things I'm motion when I'm planned out. But I need help to do it, so can I get a fan count? Never understood me, now it's funny how I stand out. Me, myself, and I, homie, welcome to the madhouse. So what you know about teamwork? Cause I've been in the clouds trying to make the dream work. Always done it on my own, that's why I seem hurt. Cause I ain't met no one that ever put me first. So what I know about teamwork? Cause I've only ever done it on my lonesome. I got a deal through it out, yeah, I grown some. Don't expect love if you've never shown none. I know my girl on my side, I'm trying to build this alive. Thank God my family alive, and I just wanna provide. They say it's gonna take time, but I've been losing my mind. She helps me grow and evolve, my family ready to ride. So why am I feeling low when life is giving me highs? I put my value in sales instead of hoops by my side. But I can see it to front, that's why I'm not coming back. Yeah, I was slow to react. Don't give a damn what they thought of it. Yeah, I'm feeling glorious. Go flash in the audience, man, should've recorded it. I took a color pill, used my computer skills. Now I got agents after me, word up to Morpheus. The future I sorted it, do this till I'm bored with it. Invest in myself endeavors, hope I don't get audited. My body is a temple, but I fucked up the ornaments. I'm so gassed up, the US probably at war with it. It's a message to the earthlings. Join the team round here, we put the work in. It ain't teamwork if only one of us is working. Only thing I'm signing is when fans bring the merchants. I ain't got a thing yet that I wasn't deserving. And I ain't famous yet, but that bitch be flirting. I'll make it rain, start a wave and go surfing. I'll make it rain, start a wave and go surfing. So what you know about teamwork? And what I know about teamwork?
Hello. How is everyone this afternoon? Sorry, we are 2 hours behind schedule. All my fault. You guys ever have one of those days where it starts off perfect? The day's great, everything's going great, and then boom, brick wall, incident after incident, right? And Eddie, welcome to being one of the first people to be hidden on my channel. You can have your opinion when you come back as a troll account, but you can't say fuck you deets. Yeah, that's gonna be a rule. You can't say that. Oh my gosh. People. Every time I see the word, read it as vanilla, yeah? Oh man. Eddie was on a number. I didn't even see everything they said. I just saw that FU and I was like, okay, you gone. Whatever he said, I'm not losing sleep over. Yes. So this morning I had everything lined up, ready to go, and then my Wi-Fi went out. And I was like, okay, no big deal. It'll all still load. It'll be fine. And then my neighbor had an emergency I had to help with. And I was like, oh my goodness. Just one thing after another. One thing after another. And we're still not quite loaded. We got like 5% left to go, but I don't have to wait for the checks. I can play it after that. But I thought I'd come on, say hi, get that stuff out of the way, and share something else with you guys. I'm just kind of scrolling through the chat. Y'all been chatting in here. Dang. Hello, everybody. Hey, Nanya. Willow. Hey, Brandy. Small Wildflowers. Angel. Hello, Alex. Yeah, this is interesting. This is definitely interesting. And then stick around after the live stream. So this video, it's going to be a separate video that I play here on a live, but then I'll unlist it later for other creators if they want to use it or whatnot. And we kind of came up with this plan, this idea to do it this way for a specific reason. Um, Azget wanted to share her side of the story. And then I thought, afterwards, there's some other things I can show you guys that it's not Azget's story, but it's about life if you want to see them. And I can drop the link if van life wants to come up and answer some questions. That would be great. That would be really great. Hey, Christy. Yeah, so I saw Eddie went ahead and put it on subs for 10 minutes. Did you hit a brick wall, Hakob? Oh, hey, Papa Jones. Hey, Burden. We've been waiting for this. I hope it does not let you down. Hey, Running Bear. I did ruin all of his fine laundry. How you doing, love? I did. I said it. You can't say that. Thank you, VM. I don't think it's uni. It's probably van life. Probably van life. Hello. It's being impatient and then being a baby saying I'm gonna get a membership, but not now. And when we told him just to go ahead and go, he decided to be. Oh, he didn't need to do that. He didn't need to be a jerk or any of that stuff. My goodness. So, I'm sure most of the people in here remember the situation with van life, remember what happened, um, and the claims, right? I think he does live in a van down by the river. I know. I guess I should warn mods that this might be a little controversial. No, we're not doing an expose. Technically, we're sharing Azget's story. Might have been. Might have been. 30 more minutes. Okay, no problem. I've already gotten so many emails and messages. I felt so horrible. Hey, Grain. Cankle. Okay, the cankles are gonna start coming in. I caught one of the. I've been working on this video, but I did catch the Jonesens clips about the cankles. That was hilarious. Hilarious. Hey, Nikki. It is hard for some to take. Oh, yeah, they do. And Unique Van Life, you could buy her van for $135,000. Yep, sure could. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, man. Let me see if I can. I think I'm going to try to come find you on my phone. She has her 3D content copyrighted with the Copyright Office. Love that. Sorry, I just want to mod some people that we know who they are, and then that way they don't accidentally get deleted or anything like that. We have to do it from. I'm sure there's a way to do it from your computer, but I am not. There we go. I'm gonna add you as a mod, but you don't have to do anything with that at all. Please don't delete or block anyone or any of that stuff. It's just so that I know it is you. Hey, Burden. I already think I already told you hi. Yeah, it just seemed like one thing. Like it was great until about 10:30. Then boom, one thing after another. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Glad you liked it. It was fun to make. It better come with something extra for 135K, right? Oh, thank you for joining memberships. Just as a reminder, we're getting close to our very first month. And I just want to remind everyone, you do not have to join memberships. I try to read everybody's comment. But for those that do join memberships, 100% of the profits from our memberships will be donated Um, this month, we are donating them to. We will pick a charity from here on out, but this is why I started memberships to begin with. She's like my second daughter. My daughter's best friend delivered almost 7 weeks early. They're still in the NICU. Mom and dad have, taken time off of work to be with their daughter in the NICU, and that comes with some expenses. So we're making our donation to her, and we'll show proof of it. Yeah, I think we might be good, but I will keep that in mind. I will definitely keep that in mind. Thank you, love. Yeah, I have a trailer, but don't worry, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. Welcome to the streets, Nikki. Welcome, Tupac. Thank you for joining. Like I said, you guys don't have to. Totally appreciate it. Since we're waiting, we have. Oh, I just got an email. Oh, that's fine. Oh, okay. No big deal. Thank you. Thank you for that email. Um, let's see, what do we got? 5 more%. Have you? Oh, it's okay. We're there. But I want to show you guys this. Have you guys seen this information before we get into the van life stuff? There's an update from News Nation about Summer's case. It's not an update about the case, but an interview. I don't know if anyone else has seen this. It says Summer vanished from her Tennessee home on June 15th, 2021. Family believes she may have been abducted, taken down a hill behind the home. Her parents' past polygraph tests were previously center of investigation. Did you guys see it says previously? I don't know if that's a statement or their opinion. Okay, so it says it's been 2 years since 5-year-old Summer Wells vanished without a trace from a small town in Tennessee. On June 15th, 2021, Summer's parents said she was helping her mother and grandmother plant flowers before going inside their Rogersville home to play with her toys. Then, out of nowhere, Summer vanished. That was the last time her mother said she had seen her daughter. I yelled downstairs for her a couple of times and I didn't get an answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. So I went down there to check and she was nowhere inside. She was just gone. Summer Wells' mother, Candace Wells, said. There's some new info in here, so just bear with me. Her family believes Summer may have been abducted, taken down a steep hill behind the home, possibly to a waiting car along the road. I know in my heart and in my mind she was abducted, Don Wells, Summer's father, told News Nation. Someone snuck up there and we were not exactly paying attention. And we don't know if they came in the basement and grabbed her or if she stepped outside the basement and was walking to her swing or something. 2 years after her disappearance, that's still all that is known about the last time Summer was seen. And then right here it says, we will be discussing this case in a live stream Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Join the conversation by submitting a question on this page and we'll answer it during the stream. So they're going live about this. And there's something else. Hang in there. Almost immediately, Candace and Dawn became, oh, someone's here. My dog's going to work. Candace and Dawn became the center of an investigation, but were never named as suspects. Police remain tight-lipped about Summer's case, and there haven't been any real leads or developments. I'm going to mute because I know he's going to bark. 1 second. And he did. As soon as they got the package to the door, he went nuts. Okay. This is an update I saw. What was it? Grain Ask. This is from News Nation. It was just dropped today. Okay. So they're going to have a live stream on Thursday, allegedly. It says, almost immediately, Candace and Dawn became the center of an investigation, but were never named as suspects. Police remain tight-lipped about Summer's case, and there haven't been any real leads or developments. See that? Never been named a suspect. suspects. Somebody's been saying that this whole time. I don't know who. Hmm. Anyway, the Wells said that they have to move from their tight knit community of fewer than 5,000 people because of all the threats and harassment they receive. The Hawkins County Sheriff said the Wells have cooperated, but there is no evidence that Summer was kidnapped or abducted. We haven't ruled anything out. Everything is possible, Lawson said, but both Candace and Dawn passed a polygraph test. But Lawson's statement that everyone is still a person of interest is leading some to wonder if the Wells may know more than they've said. She is a good mother. She loves her children, Dawn said about his wife. She is not going to allow any situation like that. The biggest mistake she might have made is choosing some wrong friends. These are the previous comments here, or previous statements. When asked if any of these wrong friends have anything to do with Summer's disappearance, Dawn said, "We don't know." Dawn said he was limited in what he could discuss about the family and the case. Social services took Summer's three brothers from the home shortly after Summer's disappearance, and the Wells have not been able to communicate with them in a half a year. We love our daughter with all our hearts, Dawn said. We miss her. We will do anything to have her back in that church with us she so loves. Summer's father pleaded guilty to driving under the influence in 2022. Candace also filed an order of protection against him, but then asked for it to be dismissed. Dawn currently faces criminal charges in 3 states, including currently faces criminal charges in 3 states. Out. Okay. Including a domestic assault in 2020. You know, everybody makes mistakes, Don said. He sat down with News Nation to discuss where Summer's case stands today. So I'm guessing that's what's going to be gone over on Thursday. We're doing better, he said. It's still very rough for my wife. Candace hasn't sat down for an interview since an appearance on Dr. Phil in 2021, where she walked out of an interview in tears. During the 2021 interview, she said she felt she was being interrogated again and didn't want to do the interview further. Since Summer's disappearance, Dawn said their life has been consumed by harassment from people online who believe they are responsible for whatever happened to Summer. Before you know it, you're getting a mob going, Dawn said. My wife could go to the store and someone would scream at her, like baby killer or whatever. He sent News Nation videos from one of his job sites where some people were demanding to speak with him about his missing daughter. He said it got so bad that he had to leave the state. Now the two live in a motel in Arkansas where Dawn was able to find a new job. As for Summer's case, her father said they have a private investigator working with the police. The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office is still working alongside the TBI, but both agencies declined interviews with our team. Don said he hasn't learned anything new from law enforcement either, but has always said he believes Summer was abducted. Sorry, my voice is still kind of coming in and out from that strep I had. Nothing pointed to abduction, nothing pointed to foul play, other than her walking outside the house and not being found, Lawson has previously stated. There was also a key tip from a neighbor in 2021. A woman and her teen children told police they heard a scream about an hour before Summer went missing. Wish every day that when I heard that scream, I didn't try to dismiss it, the witness said. But the sheriff said after multiple interviews, the tip led nowhere. One clue police is still looking for is a pickup truck that was seen in the area around the time Summer vanished. And here's the part I want you to hear. Detectives said they are looking for a red and maroon pickup truck with ladders on the back, but Lawson admitted he's not even sure it is connected to the case. Summer's father told News Nation that he still holds on to hope. I do have hope, I have hope in God. He's in control of all things. And so whatever the outcome is, I have hope in God, and one day, either sooner or later, I will be with my daughter again, Dawn said. Now, look at this part. While the sheriff declined an interview, he emailed a response saying he expects to have an update on the case in the near future. We haven't heard anything from law enforcement in so long, and then today we hear we might get an update on the case in the near future. I thought that was definitely worth sharing out. I mean, yeah, most of it's the same stories then, I agree, most of it was. But there's a couple little pieces in there that I thought it was totally worth mentioning. Mhm. Yeah, we knew most of it. And they are kind of like I said, and I'll say it again, I don't really put much stock at all into, oh, gifted whoever. Oh, Blunt B. Thank you, Blunt B. You're a doll. Thank you, love. Oh, that's so sweet of you. He's the best. If someone can drop his link, his room is a fun room to hang out in, and I saw he was live earlier, and I wish I would have had time to hop in there. Welcome to the streets, Maria. Thank you. Thanks, Vernon. I think I went back up. Thank you, Willow. I try to be. If I didn't tell you welcome, Teapot, welcome. So glad that you're a part of the streets. Yeah, so that part right there where it says there's gonna be an update. What do you guys think about that? Hey, Kathy P. Green. Really independent thinker wasn't paying attention. Uh, I most of the interviews probably, like I said, it's just regurgitated. There's just two parts. One that they aren't suspects, and then this part right here, where we're gonna expect to have an update in the near future. Thank you perfectly. Thank you, love. She probably will, won't she? Won't she? Hey, Velly. Oh, somebody, I'll grab your link in a second too. So glad you can make it in. If you guys aren't following Velly and what he's doing out in Portland, you are missing out. Hey, fur baby. Hey, Tracy. It is. I agree. I think most of it was pieced together from previous interviews, except for a couple portions. Probably could have just pulled out those portions, but I'm going to give you full context. But I really hope we have something. I mean, we're all dying for an update, right? Just dying for an update. Thank you, Valley. I saw your comment that you can't do that because you do everything from your phone. I edit all my videos from my phone. Nothing, I don't edit anything on my laptop. I'll have to teach you sometime. Hey, Georgia Peach. I don't know. You think it's going to be a standard update? Yeah, it could be. I don't know, just the way he worded it, expects to have an update on the case in the near future. Thanks, Tragedy. Thank you, love. As a parent, if TBI told me there was no evidence of an abduction, I'd be questioning things rather than just going with the narrative that she was taken. Yeah. My number one theory, strongest feeling is that she wandered off. And I know I hate sharing that because it steals hope, but um, hey, Winnie the Pup, I just feel like that is what has happened, unfortunately. But I'm happy to be wrong on anything if she's still alive out there. Absolutely happy to be wrong on that. They might have, Maria. That's what I'm thinking. I was trying to show today how to. Oh, well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing out. Blunt B, Belly Ray, thank you guys. What? Why aren't you in a good mood, sir? Oh, good. I'm glad others are subbing up to it. Please do a video on that all from your phone. On what? On how to do it? Like a tutorial? I could do that. Let me get to the bottom here. I think wandered. Yeah, possible. You think the red truck is still the key thinker? don't know. This just gave me some hope. Hearing, we were told we weren't going to get any update. The TBI had messaged that one guy and said there's not going to be any update on June 15th. And so reading this, if it's accurate, again, it's from News Nation, so take it with a grain of salt. But reading this just gave me a little bit of hope that we might hear something, anything. Okay, let me see. I think our video. Nope. Yep, our video's loaded. Look, use that right there on my sidebar is Belly Ray.
Okay, I am so sorry if any.
So I'm gonna play this, mute out, make it full screen, so you guys, and I'll try to be in the chat. Let me take this down. All right. If I hit this, does it make it? There we go.
Drama's gonna be dropping on your channel, but hopefully it brings you a lot of views.
Oh, well, I don't need views. I'm just curious as to what is happening.
Hi Deets, just want to show you around my home office.
Here's proof, guys, that I was being friggin' attacked, and nobody's questioning Azget to prove nothing.
Hey guys, let's get straight into it. So you might remember VanLife from a couple months ago when Queen Bee exposed her on her channel. Or maybe you remember her from Down the Rabbit Hole News, who also exposed her on her channel. Or maybe you remember her from January when Crime Circus gave her a shout out and then had to redact it. Or you might even remember her as Optum CSS when News Nation shared out a video that they claimed was hers and Azget's. There's several other channels you might remember her from, including my own, where 2 weeks ago she randomly popped up in a live stream I was having. That's where I was first fully introduced to the creator UniqueVanlife. I wasn't around when she hopped up on those other creators' panels, so I didn't have a full grasp of what she was up to and all the shenanigans when she came up on my panel that day. Now, before we get into Azget's story and her version of events, I want to briefly touch on one of the things that VanLife claimed when she hopped up on my panel. She made allegations that Queen Bee and Down the Rabbit Hole News had doxed her on their live streams. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I am so sorry if any drama is going to be dropping on your channel, but hopefully it brings you a lot of views.
Oh, I don't need views. I'm just curious as to what is happening.
All right, well, here's the thing. this person doxed me really bad, and
What person doxed you?
Oh, see, I don't like putting people's name out there like that.
Okay, and that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, because out of respect.
Another creator doxed you though? I mean, when you just say
Yeah.
that person, we're just kind of like left up in the air. So another creator on YouTube doxed you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to hear you the best I can because I'm doing this with my cell phone.
Mhm.
All right. So in their mind, they assume that there's only one creator to a project that was being done, and I never in the beginning said anything to anybody about me being a part of it in the beginning specifically. Plus, everything was in my description on where who's a part of the project, how it was made, what programs were used. Everything was put down. And then this person decided, you're stealing this person's work, blah, blah, blah. I'm putting your logo on it. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. When I was showing this one, I was showing it live. And on my phone, you have one of those little, what do you call it, channel tags?
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's all that was a channel tag. And I was like, okay. So then she pissed me off so much that I was like, fine, I'll just say that's completely mine, just to mess with her. And but I was truthful with her. I mean, back and forth. I was like, look, it was a joint project. I have proof of it, but unfortunately, if I show that proof, it has all our information, our phone number, our address, everything. So she goes over to the other girl, and she never knew that I had this channel to begin with. So when she did all those screenshots, she never knew about my van life channel. So she didn't know who I was at the time.
You're saying that you worked with the other creator, because now I'm remembering now the video, and it was a great video
we both were learning off of YouTube. That's how we were learning how to do it. And if you notice, she didn't put out any new work because we did it together, and nobody's noticing that. So she was going on saying, nobody helped me, nobody did this. I was like, okay. So I guess we have to go to court on it, don't we? So I made sure that I went to an attorney and everything. She even signed the paperwork of a shared project. I have everything. I tried to give it to YouTube, but YouTube still ignored it. So I'm still dealing with the copyright strikes. What Queen Bee is upset about is that I falsely copyright striked her. At the time, I didn't know that I was, basically falsely doing that, because I didn't realize that the copy she put up was from Azget, from TikTok.
Okay,
we're going around.
Okay, can we pause for 1 second? Let's go back before we get into that. Let's go back to, do you remember I'm surely you know your partner's name. What was the Azget or whatever?
I can say her name, but I don't I don't even want to get in trouble for that. The Queen, did not know her name until I told her. But however, this person was acting like she knew this person, like they were best friends or something. I was like, what?
Queen, I see you back there. I just want to ask one more question before I bring you up. So I just want to clarify for myself and hopefully maybe for others. You and this other person were working together on a project and as partners, but there's no proof of you guys out there as partners.
No, that's not true.
Okay,
that's not true.
There's no proof of them working as partners because they were not partners. And I have screenshots of Azget saying that.
It's all old. It's all old.
On her, but she lives in a van and travels. She doesn't have an exact address to file on them. Yes, you do, and I have screenshots.
I have all of my paperwork signed by this girl. Queen, you need to stop. Seriously, she signed all my contracts. Okay.
No, she didn't.
So please, yes, she did, because I have it.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. So you need to stop. All right, so I can't, because it has all our freaking information on it.
You sat up and you fucking lied. You're still continuing to lie.
I have all three of them.
Okay. That's why you're fucking false. You false struck
you're just upset.
And your strike got overturned because it was not your fucking work. Never had been your work. You stole that shit.
When has she ever got up on your stupid ass channel, you stupid ass bitch? How about that?
And if you're going to continue to talk over me, I'll go do my own fucking live on you, because I ain't got time for this shit.
Because you ain't got
I'll go do my own fucking live on it, because obviously you want to keep talking over me, bitch, and I got the motherfucking proof. You got me fucked all the way.
No proof. All you have is old shit. Sorry.
No, so Queen,
I apologize. But this woman is nuts, because she also went to all my social media to try and find out who I was, put out pictures of me, in which I never put on YouTube. So basically, she's putting out photographs of my sister. I have a twin sister, and her kid. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Trying to make sure people can find me? That's not right.
You have proof of these claims, though, because I haven't seen her put out anyone.
Yeah, y'all, you gotta just look at her video. Look at her video. And then also she got Rabbit Hole to do the exact same thing. Whatever her name is.
Now you're claiming she also got somebody else to do something.
Yeah.
Those are
she
some
should.
heavy accusations.
Well, go to her channel, and she did the same exact thing to try and help Queen Bee prove that I was a fake.
Okay, we'll go
Now here's the thing. News Nation would have took that down if I didn't have the proof that I said that I had.
Well, I don't think that that's fair to say because News Nation puts up a lot of sketchy stuff without verifying it. I'm just saying they do. So I can't go based off of just that because News Nation has put out a lot of information that's not verified at all.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I can't find that.
So these receipts are on Queen's channel that she put out your information.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Do you remember what the name of that live was?
No, because I really don't want to be hashing it. It's just everybody wants to bring it up because they want to see the copyright paperwork. And I'm telling you, every single sentence, every single category has our address and phone number on it. Because it's a video release form. It is a copyright agreement and copyright shared copyright paper. So there's 3 different ones. But every single, so if I sit there and block it out, it's not going to even look right.
We're going to go over all the Azget claims that she made that day. But the portion where she is accusing Down the Rabbit Hole News and Queen Bee of doxing her encompassed a huge portion of that live. On the live stream, she demanded we go over to Queen's channel and look for the dox where her sister's photo was shared. And I did, right there on the live stream. You can go back and check it out. During that live, the good Nunya went over to Down the Rabbit Hole News's and looked for a dox there. None could be found. Later, VanLife showed up in my comment section and on her own community tab making this claim. She says, "This is why I was unable to prove that when I was being doxxed, I would have never mentioned it if I did not believe that I had the proof of it at the time. I did not think that YouTube took it down." She's sharing a picture of one of Queen Bee's live streams, and she thinks that it's been removed based on Queen Bee's thumbnail. That's just her thumbnail. The live's still there. There's also nothing about VanLife in that video. Nothing about her at all, let alone her sister and her sister's kids photo. That still doesn't explain her claim against Down the Rabbit Hole News, but I could not find anything at all where Rabbit was doxing VanLife or her family on any of her videos. Now, some of these claims of doxing might stem from the fact that I don't think VanLife fully understands what doxing is. I was able to find out so much information about VanLife from her own channel. She frequently talks about her own personal information, as well as the fact that she shares out her other YouTube channels and all of her social media accounts. All of that can be accessed through her current YouTube channel.
I'm finally seen. Yay! Okay, so let me go here. Maybe I should subscribe to myself. Oh, I so did. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys something. I'm starting to upload stuff. All right, but I didn't put like everything on here yet because I don't even know if my channel will be accepted or taken down, or it's like I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so I do 3D animations. When I did the animations to start off with, I was on SketchUp, and then I told you I met a friend and turned me to Blender. Okay, so I was learning how to use Blender with my friend, and we did 2 projects together. Where as much as I was able to put in whatever time that I had, which wasn't much. But I only did it mostly, like I was telling you guys, was to learn how to use it for my seating design for the restaurants. I did not want to do crime scenes. That wasn't my plan at all. That was my friend's plan. And plus, I don't even know if that was her plan specifically. Like, I know she wants to be a filmmaker, but I kept telling her this is not filmmaking, but okay. No, you go for it. It's more, you can use Blender for like After Effects, or effects to movies and stuff like that, because it's just animation or cartoons, or so I don't know what type of movie she wanted to make. But so I'm uploading some wheels here, some quickies. I happen to lost a lot of my videos, and so I'm gonna have to like redo my stuff. All right, so here I uploaded what I have on my channel. I put in the comment box to let you know it's going to be here on this channel.
Here she is a month ago, sharing out one of her YouTube channels. But she's also talking about Azget there, if you listened.
Okay. All right, so now I'm going to show you my other one. All right. Oh, come on. Let me out. Come over here, my chinny chin chin. Hurrah! Okay, so we're going to go to Optum Magazine. Okay, so I'm having a little problem with the Optum Magazine page, but I'm working on it. I ended up uploading a lot of this on my Optum CSS. Because I was having a tough time being allowed to open up a separate channel for the Optum Magazine. So now here, all my issues are going to end up going here.
She's sharing out her Optum Magazine YouTube channel as well as the website. And here she's about to show her face.
Right. But you'll be able to flip the page and everything when you're reading. It's pretty cool. And I can also embed that on my website. But Issue is the publishing company that we pay to have the magazine published. So what do you think? You like it so far? Hit the like button. I know you do. And then I have my little biography about me and my little face. And everybody wants to know a little bit more about what I look like. Here you go. My Optum CSS, which is the web design services that I do. It's also on the magazine company. So what do you think? It's kind of cute. I have to get all the new issues for this year out. I have no time. Eventually, I'm going to start having employees to help me out with this magazine as soon as I can afford it. All right, so let's opt out. Go there. Be happy. Okay.
And in this portion, she shares out more about her various businesses.
I have it on my Optum CSS. So eventually I got to get this moved over to my Optum magazine. Sorry. Yeah, so this is what happened. I put my Optum films, everything that's supposed to be on Optum films, on Optum CSS. Plus everything that's supposed to be on Optum magazine on Optum CSS. And I did that because I didn't know should I have separate channels or not, or if I even could. This is one of my employees, but well, he's not really an employee, but he's a self-contractor. He does the most amazing social media videos, and you can also see his shorts. He's got a lot of subscribers. He is really, really good at what he does. He's on my website as well for Optum Films. I haven't had any work for this poor kid since the epidemic, but I am hoping that one day I'll be able to afford to have him back. But I'll show you Optum Films before I go. And it's right now it's only a portfolio page. I had to kind of put this business aside a bit. Yeah, I had to put this business a little bit on the side, but I still use it. You will see this business also on my Optum magazine, because there's a link to this on my Optum magazine, because this one does the animation for commercials. So they can have video commercials on their magazine, or they can have animation on their magazine. Then here, I can do this with the YouTube buttons and stuff, adding it to videos. I have video. These are templates that are created for real estate, social media sales. So some you could purchase the templates and work with them, just like you do with websites. You can work with the website template and just change it out. It's pretty cool. And then you got the news thing. So I was thinking of adding this. And you can download the package and you can use whichever one you want. You can either do it on Premiere Pro, After Effects, but I think this one's for Premiere Pro, or you can also do it on DaVinci. So there's a few. Yeah, so that's why I said I can do this. It's not that I can't. It's just that I didn't have time, and I was going through some stuff. And again, I'm healing from having 2 different life-saving surgeries. So I'm still getting back on my feet. So that's another thing that held me back. So this is one of the videos that I did. So I'm going to press play on it so you guys can watch it.
It might be a little redundant of me to be going through all of this material, but I think it's relevant to the story, to Azget's story. I don't think VanLife realizes that by linking all of these things together on her various channels, it's easy to figure out where something originated from. It's also very easy to do a reverse image search, not only on pictures, but as well as videos, to find out who the original copyright owner of the material is, and whether they offer a copyright release or not. But that's a story for another day. I could create 10 videos alone on material that was taken from other people. I'm cutting out a portion where she shares about a previous job she had. But I will say this, you are a very busy lady to have all these jobs. I think I'm up to 12 within the span of a 3-year time frame.
Oh, and I also have somebody that helps me with the USF fighting. UFC. I can't even freaking say it right. And we do this for every time they have the program up. And this one I think is for the gym. I don't remember. Okay. Then we do movie entries. They're just titles, and then we have the credits. Okay. Music video, fashion video. Yeah. So then here we're employees or contractors, not really employees, because I can't afford employees. So that's me. You got the me. So motion editor. Okay. And I don't have their photo, but they do the area drones. And that would be Stephen King, videography I have not given them any work since I got sick. Justin, he's the one that helps with the UFC. Okay, Justin is still doing that, but he's doing that as his own editor, own contractor. All right, and Stefan's been on TikTok. So only doing social media since he went to California to go take care of his grandmother. He used to be in Vegas, but he had to leave because his grandma needed assistance, and he volunteered himself to do so. This is my old teacher. She's the one who taught me everything with Adobe when it came to Photoshop. Sorry, I'm starting to sound like a kid. Like I said, I have vocal damage, so my voice starts to go, and I no longer sound like an adult. Okay, so that's just what's going to happen, where it just disappears. All right, so she was my teacher for all the Adobe products that are out. She's really good at Adobe, and I got all my certifications because of going to the school, and she was my teacher basically. And so I had her do my posters, okay, movie posters, sales posters, flyers, any music covers that needed to be done. She was into doing that. She loved Photoshop and Illustrator. She also makes what do they call it, logos, and she's really good at making logos. So I would hire her to create logos. She taught me how to do so, and it's not like I can't do it myself. The school that I went to, she was my teacher.
Bear with me, I promise this is relevant, because later you're going to see that there is a pattern to these claims that she makes about herself. Now here she's about to show all of these companies that she claims her film company has worked for. Yet when you research those companies, you will not find any credits back to Optum Films, except for one, her seating specialist company.
We done work for some YouTubers. We have UFC, the CPB, yeah. ABC, we did a couple things for MTV Entertainment, which was for with Justin. Universal, we did something with that, and that was with those the titles, and they're done with After Effects. Okay, Fox News, we did do something for Fox News. So here we go. So this is everybody we worked with, and I did do one for CSS, which is the upholstery service for their website, basically. Okay, so like I said, I had to kind of put the rest of this on the side. Yeah, this one started, I think 2018 is when I started this one, or 2019. And it was going good until epidemic hit. And then I got sick. And then shit happened. But it's still there, it still exists, and I still do the business. But please understand too, just because I know how to do this, it doesn't mean I know how to make videos and videography, because this is not videography. Okay, so editing, what I do on social media is completely different than this. This is all commercial. It is a uniform, just like a website is uniform. So it's completely different type of animation, or including the magazine company is uniformed. Okay, it's not filmmaking. It's not film editing specifically, only to a point. All right, so that business.
Anyway, she shares out a lot of her social media accounts in that very live stream and in others I found. Don't worry, I have them downloaded in case they suddenly disappear after this video.
I think I changed it like maybe 6 different times, because like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I didn't know what my niche was going to be, what I wanted at the time, because again, I only started back on see, I'm losing my voice. I only started back on YouTube in January. I don't remember what date, but it was this year that I started back on YouTube. It only took me 28 days to get to as many subscribers as I'd have. So I don't think I did too shabby, guys. But because I am growing cold when it comes to the Brian Koberger case, I'm losing subscribers. So because now I got to be me. All I'm doing is talking about a case that I'm interested in and is driving me crazy. But it has nothing to do with this channel. It really doesn't. It has nothing to do with where I'm going with this particular channel. This is my journey, and this is my blog kind of thing. This is kind of like, like where I'm going in life. My whole new life.
So by her own admission, she created UniqueVanlife in January, and within 28 days built it up to over 10,000 subscribers. She's since lost some, and she's now under that with 9.5. However, make no mistake, she did not build up that channel. The work she stole from Azget. Azget's videos that she tried to pass off as her own built that channel up to what it was in just 28 days. And then she used that channel to take Azget down.
If you knew my story, you'll understand why I'm doing this. All right. maybe one day we'll talk about it. We'll have a chat because I know everybody's been through something, and I'm not the only person on the planet who's been through, things that you can't imagine. But we could definitely talk about what you've been through and how you healed.
I think it's time that we hear Azget's side of the story. I'm going to be sharing correspondence and proof from not only Azget, but also other creators. Don't worry, I have full permission to do so. The day after the live that VanLife hopped up on, I started researching. After reviewing all the footage between the creators that she called out, I then went over to TikTok and looked at a lot of Azget's videos. Her email is on her TikTok, and so from there, I sent her this email on May 26th. Yesterday, I had an individual by the name of VanLife hop up on my YouTube live show and make some outrageous claims about you. I had previously seen your work on TikTok, but I was unaware someone had stolen it and tried to pass it off as their own on YouTube, even landing a News Nation interview with it. I'm trying to look at all sides to understand the truth. The gist of her claims was that she worked in person with you on the landscape portion, and she had no idea that you wouldn't allow her to post the video as a joint collab video. There were a lot of other claims in there as well, but that's the one I'm most curious about. Here's the live. She comes on right around the 2-hour mark. Thank you. Deets. Azget replies 5 days later on June 1st. She said, "Hi, Deets. I've had a lot of issues with this person. I've never met her or spoken with her. She has made many false statements, including claiming that she owns my website that's under development. She even campaigned using my work to get donations and pretends to be something she's not. The answer to your question is she has done absolutely nothing to contribute to my work, not even a single keystroke. She is a fraud of the highest order. The modeling was done through the Blender software, and I can tell you she possesses not a single file that will show she's the creator. Of course, I possess every original file, and proving who is the creator of this content is easy enough. If you need any further answers of proof, let me know. Amber." We corresponded back and forth a little bit, and 4 days later, Azget sent me this email full of very detailed receipts of her side of the story. I'm sharing the email for full disclosure to prove to you that this all comes from Azget herself. This is her story. The simple instruction in this email was to start with the talking points PDF. And boy, was it detailed. She says, "I'm so tired of being bullied by VanLife, and then to sit back and watch her feigning being a victim. It is sickening. I'm going to share maybe a little too much, but you're free to share any of this as you feel fit on your podcast or with other podcasters, etc. You can give it to anyone as you wish." Amber included timestamps from my live stream to reference her talking points as well as combat the claims that VanLife made against her.
We both were learning off of YouTube. That's how we were learning how to do it. And if you know, she didn't put out any new work because we did it together, and nobody's noticing that. So she was going on saying, "Nobody helped me. Nobody did this." I was like, okay.
VanLife says, and if you notice, she didn't put out any new work because we did it together. Amber says, "This is one of the lies that angered me the most. I have never met this person. And for us to have met in Vegas, where she lives, which we've already proved that's not doxing, she talks about it frequently, means I would have had to have drove 1,500 miles from St. Peters, Missouri to her. And for what purpose? To teach her how to do landscape on my computer? This is absurd. Also, if I was teaching her how to do landscape, that would mean I'm quite capable of doing my own landscape. I'm shocked anyone could believe this. It is true I did step back from this work. My dad had a mild stroke 3 months ago. He lives with me, and it has taken a lot of my focus, which is the reason for my pausing." Amber shares with me her correspondence with Queen Bee. Queen Bee emailed her on March 15th and said, "So my name is blank. I have a channel called Queen Bee, and I've shared your videos giving you full credit and have exposed VanLife Adventures for the fraud and thief that she is. While I was live about her today, she wiped her channel clean and took all your videos down. I told her if she stops stealing your work and retracts the false strike, then I will stop exposing her. She still hasn't taken the false strike down, so I will be live tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. about her again. You're always welcome to come on and explain that she has stolen these videos, etc. She claims she knows you and that you guys work together, but I seen you said you had to call the cops 4 times to report her for what she has been doing and for stealing your identity. If you have this van life's real name and information, please send it to me. I'm so sorry that she is doing this to you. I called her out when she did this to Crime Circus using your videos as well. Much love, Queen Bee. I do want to correct one tiny part that Amber and I have talked about, and it was probably just a misunderstanding, but Amber didn't say that she contacted the police 4 times. Her statement was that it was hard for police. She lives in a van. She's just using the number 4 in place of FOUR. Back to the email. Amber replied, I tried responding to you on YouTube, but an hour ago, VanLife got my account disabled. I wanted to thank you on your podcast. Love for the support, but this van life wins. And that's why being good and honest today gets you nowhere. I'm a bit in disbelief of this and News Nation. Amber says, I remember messaging Queen Bee in response to her question and told her van life got my YouTube channel permanently taken down and that she wins. I was exhausted and angry that even though I did everything right, I was not successful in defending my work. So I was just shelving everything. Not until you emailed me was I paying much attention to this stuff or noticed anything. Let's rewind a little bit. This is a timeline of when Amber posted all of her videos on TikTok, the very first one being November 30th. Van Life downloaded her TikTok and loaded it to her own YouTube channel in the beginning of January. I'll get into more of that in a little bit. When Amber first started uploading, her videos didn't have a ton of attention at that time. It took a little bit and some shares from big creators for her to get the huge views that she's gotten since. But it was the video that she loaded on January 8th that began this whole ordeal. Shortly after that, people started commenting in her comment section that someone on YouTube was stealing her work. In going through Amber's TikToks, I saw that Drip Drop was one of the first people to reach out to her. If you remember, he shared out in January a video that included Amber's animation, although at the time he gave credit to Van Life. So I reached out to him yesterday for his input, and he said, feel free to ask anything. Drip Drop claims that he had never heard of Van Life until she left him 2 comments on January 10th. He says that she linked him to her video, granting him full permission to use her animations any way he wanted. On January 12th, somebody on TikTok contacted him and said that he was a thief and stole from Azget. He had never heard of Azget and assumed he was being trolled. He immediately began investigating the whole situation and reached out to Azget multiple times but never heard back. He watched the videos that were available on Van Life's YouTube channel, and then he watched Azget's TikTok videos. And he said it became quite clear who the real creator was and who was the fraud. He quickly corrected his YouTube video to give the proper credit to Azget. He says he remembers seeing the News Nation clip where they gave the shout out to Azget and this Van Life chick, and he thought it was really messed up because he does believe that awesome creators like Azget, they deserve proper shout outs and all the good things in life. In the end of February, beginning of March, after receiving several comments on her TikToks, Amber decided to create a YouTube channel to take some advice from some of the people leaving comments. She had to have a YouTube channel to strike the stolen work from Van Life. This was the start of the strike war between Amber and Van Life. Van Life struck 3 of her videos claiming it was her content. And because of those 3 strikes from Van Life, on March 11th, Amber's YouTube channel was disabled. She took that blow hard because she had spent hours and hours working on that content. That was when she replied to Queen Bee in that previous email. Now, Amber wants to share out this story. I want to share maybe a little much because it's important to me and I think others might gain some insight on this as well. My dad raised me since I was 4 years old. By himself, no mom or stepmom, no living girlfriend or help from family members like a grandmother or aunt, just him and I. When we celebrate Christmas or a birthday, it's just him and I. Of course, we have many friends, but as a family unit, it's just dad and me. Now, in the same way my dad took care of me growing up with no help, I am now doing this for my dad as well with no help. So when someone like Van Life implies I stepped away because I'm dependent on her in some weird way instead of the real reason, and then to add insult to injury by destroying something I'm trying to build to better my life, it broke me. A few days after this permanent banned account fiasco, I was on my back deck, kind of licking my wounds. Dad came out and sat down on the step next to me because I think he sensed I was battling what he calls a rainy day. I smiled as best I could at him as he sat. He asked if everything was all right. I pretended and said, yeah, of course. Now, he at this time had a bit of a slur in his speech and had a slow cadence. He paused for a bit, looking ahead at the sky. After a second or two, he slowly asked me, is it okay if I just sit with you for a bit? For me, this moment is when I realized I can just step back from all of this and let it go. So I did. And that was on like March 19th. And that's why and how I stepped back.
But the way you're making it sound, though, it's not like you were necessarily working together. You're kind of making it sound like she just hired you for a tiny portion.
She didn't hire me. I went to her for help.
Okay.
I went to her.
In listening to all of Van Life's claims, Amber has this question. Since Van Life has made all of these wild accusations, like I went to her state to teach her 3D landscaping because she was too broke to pay for classes, then she morphs her story that I was coming to her for a job because she was hiring for her company, Optum Films. Then that again morphs into I contacted her for help to do web designs. If you watch some of her YouTube videos, in one, she claims to own a magazine, another that she designs and installs seating for restaurants. Then in another, she builds vans for the van life crowd and is trying for 12 this year. With all this business pedigree, why is affording 3D modeling classes problematic for her?
My biggest issue is Azget didn't get on their channels, is not trying to help anybody, point me out or nothing. Don't they notice that? And don't they even notice that the project's all stopped? I mean, she has to now learn how to do the parts that I did.
Van Life said she now has to learn how to do the parts that I did, which is one of her reasons why I haven't put anything out. My question to her is this. If you, Van Life, contacted me to teach you, why would I have to learn to do the parts you did if I taught you in the first place? Amber says the fact of the matter is she has never met Van Life. She says we have never talked on the phone. We have never messaged each other in any form. Text, messaging, email, except below in line 3. We are not in contact with each other, nor have we ever been in contact with each other, minus these two exceptions. One, when I posted on her YouTube account many times asking her to remove my work from her site, to which over 50 times she would simply delete the request and never respond. The second time is when she took my dad's cell phone number from the YouTube copyright form that I filled out. YouTube emailed her and then she called him, then texted him. Because he didn't know anything of this, he simply responded back, wrong number. In these text messages dated March 17th, Van Life says, can we talk, please? Not tonight, please. And he replied with wrong number. Van Life said, I do wish you read the description, 4 of the videos before making an assumption. But if I have the wrong number, I'm sorry. There was a description and it had everything on there that was supposed to be there. Amber says there are no contracts. It's that simple. There are no contracts whatsoever. How can she prove something that isn't there? She never signed any contract with Van Life. She says Van Life simply, without my knowledge, stole my work from TikTok and posted it on her platform. There is no in-between or complicated math to this. This is what she did. To prove this point, she claims she contacted me for help after the Idaho walkthrough videos.
How did you find Azget?
You remember the 3 videos, I guess when she was doing the building, the very first, it wasn't, about, I guess it was kind of about,
Idaho.
The very first, that's how I found her. And I reached out to her.
Azget says I posted those videos right around the first week of February. I started modeling this Idaho project back on December 2nd, 2022. Azget provided me with this screen capture from her computer. She says you can see the trees are in the scene when I opened the file, which was last modified on December 12th, 2022. This is long before Van Life ever knew I existed. Now I save my work constantly as I progress. The modified date is the date I last saved changes to that particular file. If I add more things to this scene, like today, and save it, That file's new modification date would be today's date. Azget says that on February 25th, VanLife's behavior begins to escalate. She begins trying to solicit money off of my hard work for herself, and she provides these two examples. She starts to realize the lies are not being bought by others, and the pressure forces her into a new story. The new story is we are partners, and she pushes even harder to get donations. In this image, you can see the narrative change to the joint effort project. VanLife was trying to act as if she is the owner of Azget and the 3D modeling work. Then it started expanding into my website, Azget Industries. Here in this image, you can see she is alluding that a website will be up soon. Now, Amber has a theory on how VanLife came to know about her developing a website. She believes that she was creating fake accounts, then interacting with her and her friends, asking questions. These fake accounts were on various forms of social media, including Facebook, and they were interacting with her friends as well as herself. To what end, she doesn't know, and it's hard to prove that because she's not for sure who was behind these accounts. But she says, when you're receiving messages from your friends that someone claiming to know me and trying to friend them and ask strange questions, and the only one on the planet that we know that's engaged in this weird activity concerning Azget, TikTok, 3D modeling, Coburger, the whole thing, is VanLife. Amber provided this image and said that VanLife spells out a link to her website, as if it's VanLife's. Learning this, Amber changed all the links to dead links and paused its development. She says, by the way, I do my own coding, including PHP programming. I do not need assistance from her. Also, she has no access to my site to do anything, so it's curious what her intent was. Here on April 20th, VanLife tries to align herself on a website called Alignable. It's like a network marketing website with Azget. It's very bizarre behavior. Amber replied to this email with, please do not refer anyone to me or my company. Please do not feel or conjure in your mind that there is any kind of relationship or partnership between us. We have never met or spoken. Your constant attempts to claim we are bullying you because you were asked to stop using our work to some sort of warped thought process that referring others to my company means you are a nice person and we just misunderstood you is systematic of someone who is not well. I'm not interested in forcing you to see things my way or have you understand our side of things. Just simply return the sentiment and never contact me again. Azget says I was the first to file a copyright claim against VanLife. I did one by itself as it was my first time navigating the process. The second time, I filed one filing form that you can add multiple videos on her site that you believe are copyright infringement. I think in total on this one form was 6 videos of hers. So in total, there were 7 videos with 2 forms. In retaliation to this, days later, she went to my YouTube account and filed 1 form per video for a total of 5. YouTube then gave me 5 strikes immediately, 1 per form. This, of course, gave me over the 3 strikes, and without the 10 days to challenge her claims, my account was immediately and permanently deleted. This means I have no access to anything that was on my YouTube dash panel. So the lesson is, though I filed copyright infringement on 7 videos, it only counted as 2 strikes because it was 2 forms. Amber took me on a virtual walkthrough of her studio.
Hi Deets, just want to show you around my home office. Over here is my one computer. It's a 3080 Ti. And over here is my secondary computer, and it's a 4090 RTX. Anyways, just wanted to show you around. Have a great day.
She also provided us this proof of her Blender files. Azget also wanted to include this video. It's a project that she was working on in the middle of March, you know, when VanLife said she wasn't doing anything. She said how this works is she gets police reports, witness statements, and accident scene photos from the law firm. She then reconstructs an illustration from that information. Throughout my research, I dug deep into all parties. Now, there's things that I don't want to add to this video or share, and there are things that I might share later on a live stream. However, from my research, it seems that Amber is a very genuine person. She absolutely created this content. It's horrific to think that someone can just take this content off of another platform, pass it off as their own to creators and a national news outlet, and get away with it for so long. I almost forgot that I wanted to include this little piece of evidence. This is a screenshot from the live that News Nation aired. You see up in the left-hand corner, it has Azget and Optum CSS. And then you see Optum CSS's logo over where Azget's TikTok logo should be. A lot of people on TikTok were telling Azget to put a watermark on her images. Well, she had them. I don't know if you can make it out on this screen, but right next to the Azget in the top left-hand corner, that image is blurred out. It's also down next to the band field. It's just slightly blurred. Here is Azget's original TikTok, and I circled the one in the left-hand corner because you can make it out the easiest. But you can still go and check her TikToks and see that they are there. Amber leaves us this in closing. I'm not sure what more I could say. It's so strange to have to justify anything, especially when you have been nothing but truthful. At this point, though, I realize being quiet is not working. Sorry about that. I was listening on my phone away from my computer. So that is just half of what Amber sent me compiled in that video. It was already up 45 minutes though, and I wanted to try to keep it short and concise. Yes, shout out to Azget. Absolutely. She put in all the time, all the work, all the effort, and had it stolen. You saw where VanLife reached out to Crime Circus, said, "This is mine. You can use it however you want." You can't do that with somebody else's work. And that's what she did. She said, "Here, this is mine. You can use it, not mine and my partner's." No, she said it was hers when it wasn't. I do want to drop that if Azget or I'm sorry, I meant VanLife or anyone else like that wants to come up and say their piece. Yeah, stolen, straight up stolen. Not we were partners, this or that, completely stolen. Yeah. Um, there was, people on her TikTok that caught it in February when because VanLife shared the first one in January 9th, which was a day or two after Azget loaded it to TikTok. It was downloaded and then reloaded onto UniqueVanlife's YouTube channel. Except when it was reloaded onto that YouTube channel, it wasn't a cursor logo up in the corner like she tried to claim in my live. It was her own logo, and she blurred out the other two watermarks. And with the portion that was given to Crime Circus, that all was just cut off completely, just completely cut off. You actually get a smaller, more condensed version of the video. And like at one point, you can't even see Xana and Ethan in their bed that Azget had done because they just cut the video completely off. Thank you, Tiger Talks. It's just bizarre. Yeah. And I don't know why there's no apology for this. You want to come and hop into a live stream saying, this person doxed me or that person doxed me. Well, one, you need to understand what doxing truly is.
And two, where's the answers for this? Forget that those ladies exposed you. Why did you steal Azget's work? And this was very easy for her to show me her Blender files, show me her studio, show me all these things. How come we have no proof? Yeah. And I was talking with Amber about that. I think the reason that she went with the landscape and she said like a couple walls at one point is because that is a very minute, mundane thing, right? And I think she doesn't have a full grasp of what Blender was like at that time. Now, since then, she has done a Blender project. It's on one of her channels. But at that time, I don't know that she had even really worked with Blender. So I don't think she realized that you have, if we go back in that video and let's see, let's go back. Look at it kind of reminds me of like claymation where like it's a frame by frame by frame. So even something as, minute as a tree is going to have a ton of files. Why can't she share with us any of those files? I think it's because she didn't have them. And you can't go back and change the dates on that. Thanks, Minnie. She is. She is a liar and a thief. Yeah. And I think that, from getting to know Amber, she's just a very sweet soul. She cares very deeply for her family, which is her father. And she had found something that she had become passionate about, and she shared it out with others. I think more than anything, an apology is probably in order. I mean, there's so many other things too, but at least thank you. They do. They do. Don't be doxing that van. Some sort of, yeah, you would think that there would be. But then it comes with, you have to file a lawsuit, and that just takes a lot of time and money. And some people don't want to put in that work. And I think the reason that YouTube said, or put the strikes through on Azget instead of on VanLife is because VanLife was here first. So just based on their view of things, even though they should have a better platform or better way for creators to reach them or talk to them. But I think they just saw that, VanLife had uploaded it first, not realizing it was stolen from another social media platform. Right, Menace. They absolutely would. Yeah. And I think that's a lesson she's learned now. Yeah, Duchess, she does. Me too. I really am. Oh, that was one thing someone had asked in the chat, and I said I would upload it or mention it afterwards. Let me get the words right. And then I want to show you a part where VanLife or someone is trolling VanLife pretending to be Amber. Mm. She said that this has inspired her to get up and continue developing her work on YouTube. So I was wrong about, yes, it is on YouTube. So I'm very happy to hear that this is going, she's got her voice back. She did. I don't think they could make him do that, but they should make him do something. What a nightmare for this whole family. Whole family. I'll unlist the video where it's just the video shortly because that'll make it easier to share. Honestly, all the things goes to Azget. A lot of it was her research. Yeah, I did a lot of digging into van life, but all the parts that are her story, it's just her sharing her truth and people being willing to listen to her side of it. Yes, true crime dime. Her story needs to be as loud as she was when she stole it. Crime Circus, they know. They reached out to me yesterday, so they're very well aware of it. And Azget, he does have the proper credit in his video to Azget. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, you know what? Rabbit did a great job. There was so many. I'm glad that they did. Yeah, completely violated. I can show you the making of Unity, right? Thank you, Eric. So she has a lot of stuff out there. A lot of stuff out there that, like I said, she links it in her own videos. I can pull some things up. But claiming you worked with, you created something for MTV? Why are you doing that, ma'am? You know you didn't do that. There is absolutely no credits out there back to Optum Films on anything I could find except for the upholstery business. But she is still currently stealing, let me pull this up, Azget's work and trying to share it out as her own possibly. She doesn't have her watermark on it. Here we go. But she doesn't have Azget's watermark on it either. Mhm. Um, I think just like once you gain subs, kind of like Molly, she had 90,000 subs, right? But not that many in her chats and stuff. So I fully believe that subs just kind of stick around and forget to delete creators. But she has lost probably close to 1,000 since it came out. Yeah, she had been fighting it even before that. Her first strike went in. She had created her YouTube channel the end of February, beginning of March, simply to strike her. And she had already been, fighting her for weeks. And I think she just felt alone until, like others reached out to her. Van Life's copyright filing with YouTube to have an address. Right. It is a P.O. box. So, and when she was up here screaming about the copyright forms, I think that she was talking about the YouTube copyright forms. So I don't know if she doesn't understand that or if she was just trying to pass it off as that. You know what I mean? She, yeah. If we went on a joint campaign tweeting email, I mean, that's possible. It would be nice for her to get her channel back. All of her videos have other people's content. A lot of them do. A lot of them do. Her website has other people's content. Her magazine has other people's content. The only thing that I found that doesn't have other people's content is the upholstery business. It might have some logos or something, but they're videos that she actually created. Everything else is other people's content. Her live with the fake tears the other day about that My Shell lady. Yeah. Good, good, good. She did say she was hired for the Brian Koberger case, and she wasn't. Yep. Yeah, we shared all of Azget's proof of the copyright strikes. There was quite a few, and there's a couple. I also have images from a couple others that between Azget and VanLife that I didn't put in here, but I mean, we have more if we need to call it out. Yeah, I hope she does too. No, I know she stole a lot of things. I know she did. I found them. Thank you. Call it as I see it. So this is just Vimeo, where she's sharing out Azga's work as her own.
Mates Bethany and Dylan were sleeping on the first floor.
Slightly changed
Since then,
voice.
we've learned Dylan was sleeping here on the second floor, along with Xana and Ethan located.
Let's see, what is it? I can't remember what all the. I'm not super familiar with
Mates Bethany and Dylan
Vimeo.
were sleeping on the first floor.
The theory only of the Koberger case is all that new versions will be uploaded after conviction or case changes. Yeah, how are you going to upload it? It's not yours, ma'am. Yeah, there's nothing in that one. Let's see. Here's another website I had never even heard of. Gab. Had any of you ever heard of Gab? I'd never heard of Gab. Thanks, Gavel. Yes, that is the same van life. It absolutely is. I don't know about what Van Life did, and of course, Azget doesn't know what Van Life did with News Nation. Van Life was in contact with News Nation, Azget was in contact with News Nation afterwards, and had, well, I can't remember what she said, 3 or 4 phone calls, interviews with them, and they refused to change anything about it. Thank you, Hippie. Yeah, I'd never heard of this. I think so. I mean, there's the possibility that Michelle, even though she came in hot and was all fired and heated up, there is the possibility that Van Life was trolling her. Let me show you guys that, because she or someone else is trolling under Amber's name. So here's this Gab, whatever that is, that she uploaded these on May 4th. So not too long ago, a month ago, well after she knew and she had been called out for stealing content. She continues to upload them on other platforms. I think she thinks people won't notice. I'm a visual and animation designer. I don't want to go down further because she does have her picture, even though it's on social media. Let me pull up her where she stole or is trolling under her videos.
So I did his website, guys. I designed.
I don't believe you did his website, ma'am. I also found that she tried to take some van life logos off of Instagram, some different ones. Usually, a company like News Nation will email and ask you to agree to them sharing your content in a reply email. It would have been, well, I think that they did that with Van Life, thinking that it was, you know, she was the the mouthpiece for her and Azget as a group, and she wasn't. So I think that they thought, yeah, we've contacted the person who has the intellectual property. Yeah, she's also on Rumble too. She also has this content shared out on Rumble. Yes, call it as they see it has a great channel. So, a complaint has been filed with Vegas prosecutor's office. Nice, David. The understanding is the crime being looking at is wire fraud and deception to earn money through that deception. If you want to come up, David, I think I pinned it and speak. And if you don't, I understand why. But if you want to come up and talk about it, absolutely can. I'm happy to hear what you have to say. Right. Let me finish. I keep getting sidetracked. So in these shorts that I was just happening to go through to look for a few things this morning, I found, which a lot of this is, not hers, but on some of them, at least, you've got the person's TikTok, so you know that that's where the credit goes to. That's whatever. I also think she comes from Facebook, primarily. And so over on Facebook, you're sharing out videos. Maybe there's just the possibility that she didn't understand that you can't do it like that. I'm giving her way too much benefit here. Trying to find that one. Like, this is her van. This is, I think this one is, but I was able to find original proof. Oh, no, not this one. Sorry, that's not. She does have videos of her doing her band stuff, though. I don't know if she deleted it. Nope, there it is. Okay. So this is a short that she uploaded a while ago. And I hate shorts. And in the comment section, is it going to load on here? Do they not load through the desktop version? But if you go to the comment section, it does have someone trolling under Amber's name. That is not Amber. I fully think that that was to try and discredit and prove some type of relationship between her and Amber that wasn't truly there. Amber had her friends had a lot of weird people that they didn't know contacting them about Azget and about her work. And so I truly think that that was, I understand, David. This is Azget's dad, so completely get that love. So I feel like I found that under 3 or 4 separate videos this morning, and I think that that was just to try to prove some type of relationship that's not there at all. How can it be possible for this to happen? Amber should file a copyright infringement suit. Yeah, she would need to, because once you create something, it automatically becomes your intellectual property, right? But to claim that, you truly have to go after the person legally, and that is very expensive. Her TikTok channel, her YouTube channel is not really up and going yet, but once it is, I will absolutely be sharing it out. Absolutely. I think so. I don't know if she's mentally ill. I'm not going to make that claim on someone, but I do believe that it was her under a lot of these accounts. And if we're wrong, Van Life, I'd love for you to show us. Let's see here. What this one is. Well, this is her website where she claims to have made all of these things. And that's what I was saying. I don't think she realizes that you can find where most of this comes from. You can't be selling this stuff as your own. And this is the one that she claims she made. Did you make it for this foreign YouTube channel? That's my question. Did you make this intro that's used and obviously edited down here in the gray for this foreign YouTube channel? Because I found this same intro on like 6 different YouTube videos. It's not even an intro, it's just like a clip. I have heard about that, Kaleidohope. But I did not see it where she shared out actual or claimed they were crime scene photos. I heard about it but did not see it. There was also ooh, here, let me send this to myself and let me redact it, send it to myself, and I'll show you guys something she did. That I'm just curious about, ma'am. I think you owe a lot of us some answers, especially Azget. But it's really not funny, but weird that nothing seemed to be happening in her life in 2022. There just was like a big break in stolen content. Where did I do it? Let me edit out her last name. Even though it wouldn't be doxing because she has it on her channels. I just don't want to be like that. Yeah. And she claims she worked with MTV. So many things. What was the other ones? Let's go down here. And I have looked into a couple of the people that she claims are her coworkers, contractors. I can't remember how she described it. And one of them is a real person. The others I haven't found yet. But she claims that she created content for some YouTube creators for the UFC, CPB, that's the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, ABC, MTV, Universal, The Orchard, Fox News, Hard Rock Cafe. I don't know what that one is. I think that's the taxes guy she might have done for it. And CSS, which is one of their legit businesses. I can move this right here. Oh, wait. And taking content from a public social media platform is absolutely not doxing before that claim comes from her next. But on March 6th, she posted this to her Facebook saying, just making sure I upload proof that I was featured on live news. And it was not just on YouTube. Warning, this is about a crime that has been committed yet has not been proven. This was the project I ended up working on with a friend due to the fact we had a lot of questions. You didn't work with a friend, ma'am. This is nothing that I plan to pursue as my future career. This project was only so I can learn how to do 3D models of the seating designs that she does for the restaurant and maybe design restaurants in the future. Why? She said, because we had a lot of questions. I don't believe Azget had any questions at all about what she was working with or creating at all. We saw her files from December. Yeah, I agree. I cannot believe she still has over 9,000 subscribers. She had a live stream though and had 5 people in it, which I'm not poking fun of that. I'm just saying those aren't legit subs. There's also a video where she was talking. I don't know how much of it is a lack of comprehension versus just being a fraud, because something is taking place there. Because she was talking about having a copyright strike, and she shows her back page, her studio, and it wasn't a copyright strike, it was a copyright claim. Those are 2 completely different things. The copyright claim from the owner of the music, and she said she didn't understand how other creators could get away with, sharing out copyright written music. Well, that's because they have licenses for it, a license for it, agreement, things like that. Another part she claimed, well, I shared out the copyright agreement. Well, if it wasn't your copyright agreement, it's bogus. It doesn't matter. I could go on Ninnies, and if she has in her description, she plays some music and she has in her description the copyright agreement between her and the artist, or her and the, place that she got the music, and I just copy that agreement, it's not going to work on mine because it's Ninny's agreement, not mine. I don't think Van Life understands that. Are you serious? More like scam life. It is very similar. Very similar. Very, very similar. No, ma'am, no. I think the metadata in the file could hold the information required to prove who, where created it. I mean, if you need more proof than what we've already showed, hey, but I feel like I have enough. That advertisement was for a fight in 2018. Oh, so I didn't do UFC stuff. I did look up the fight and seen that like it was on 10 other channels. She did. Now she's under. Yep. Hey, Beth. Exactly, Tiger Talks. Heels' intro. She paid to use that music. I have music on here that I have paid to use, but nobody else can grab that and use it because it's my agreement. It's Heels' agreement. Me too. And she has these other channels where she has less than 50 subscribers that she has had them for years. And then this one that she created in January is over 10K. That's because of Azget. That's because of her videos. Why did you block a neighbor was trying to tell you that she had a witness that van was at Amber's house. I don't know. Is that the name, or is that the person that said F you to me? If it was, they can still grab the link. They're just blocked from the chat. They can come up here and tell me that they were a witness to a van being at Amber's house. Because for her to have worked on that tree with Amber at Amber's house, now, it would have been back in December. And Van Life is very, very active on social media. She wasn't in Missouri in November, December. Absolutely not. No, I don't. Well, I mean, she has a picture of the lawyer, or she has one of the lawyer you know's videos on her channel still. I just think that what it was is Azget was new to true crime, to that scene, and so when she loaded those videos on TikTok, she didn't have the huge following that she has now. So people weren't fully aware that it was Azget's work in those videos. Where you share a video from the lawyer you know, everybody recognizes that and knows, oh, that's his work. Still wrong, don't get me wrong. But when you take from a creator that isn't as well known in the beginning, I think that that's how she's been able to get away with a lot of these things. I don't cuss. I mean, oh, you're saying no. You might be Van Life, because she has a lot of typos like that in her comments. Very similar ones. I don't know what neighbor. So their neighbor, they witnessed her being there, and they have gone in and talked about the work and had conversations. So Azget's neighbor wants to out her. Mary J, you understand how crazy that sounds. But Azget's neighbor can hop up here and tell us her side of the story, his side of the story. Thank you, David. I can assure you that is false information and hate for you to be duped. It is very laughable at this point. Very, very laughable. And do you think that I did not look into all aspects, not just Van Life, but also Azget? I had to make sure that Amber and her father weren't lying to me. And I did that in ways that I won't share out publicly. But I absolutely know that they're not. Oh, it was a J is for Justice Live, and she got yelled at. She basically got told she shouldn't be trying to show those photos to anyone. Van Life claimed her aunt is an FBI agent in Pennsylvania. Wow. I don't believe that until we see some actual proof of it. And we know that receipts are not a strong suit in Van Life's camp. Yes, I do hope you're healing from your stroke, sir. Very. We have a passion for the truth, and we saw a fellow creator get their work stolen, completely stolen from them. passed off as someone else's, and given to a national media outlet. And no vendetta against van life at all. She's the one who showed up here in this chat to begin with. I hadn't thought about her 2 seconds in my life until she came up here that day. True crime, I think that is a possibility. I did get that vibe from her videos that she has on other platforms where she's, sharing out her life, that it's, like a daily vlog where she has thousands and thousands of viewers. I did get that vibe. It's sad, but I did. That sounds exactly like van life. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That sounds exactly like, even though, like, I can just hear it in her voice. I had seen all this before she was on, yeah. Right. Probably, talk to text. Our baby, I don't know. It's sad, though. Regardless of what anybody thinks, that poor girl's not even showing any of those photos, that incident, and she has respected as much as no, no, no. First of all, she can't show the photos on that channel because they were struck. Second of all, she is showing them. She's showing them on other platforms. I just shared it. I'll share it again. She is showing them on other platforms. Here's one. This is just one of a half a dozen platforms that she is sharing out Azget's work as her own. So no, she's not sharing them on YouTube, but they're on Facebook, they're on Vimeo, they're on Gab, they're on Rumble, they're on TikTok, they're on Twitter, and they're not with Azget's watermark. So I don't see remorse here. She's still showing them. Yeah, the wow's a giveaway, as well as the last part. Believe what you want to believe. It's not hard to lie. Why don't you take girl, go back and watch the video. I didn't have to lie. I show all the proof. I can email her that and ask her. I think supporting her TikTok, going and following her on TikTok, that would be helpful. Once she does have a YouTube channel, that would be helpful. I'll see. I mean, we heard from her dad in here how they're going to be pursuing some things. I'll see if there's anything we can do as a community to help her. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I don't know why do this with Azget's videos, because y you and her husband, boyfriend, I don't know what he is, do great upholstery work, great upholstery work. Look good to me anyway. Might as well, like, stand on that, build on that, not somebody else's work. That is you're totally van life. Why don't you just come up here and chat with me? That's the exact same thing you said to Nanya in my previous live. It's done and resolved, or maybe you said it to Chasing, but and you're still at it. No, no, we're sharing. It's not resolved because she's still sharing these videos out as her own. And Azget absolutely deserved to have her voice shared, her side of the story shared. Let me make sure. I'm sure it's done yet, but let's just make sure. Hello?
It's me.
All right. How's it going, hon?
Listen.
You're a little tinny.
What does that mean?
Well, like your sound is like you sound really far away and like you're talking into a tin cup.
How about now?
Better. Much
Okay. Yeah, my microphone was at the top of my head. Apparently need to bring it down. So, first off, love what you did here. Second, I'm not sure if that is Van Life or if that's Michelle. I don't know. Because the stuff that she's saying is very like
Both.
my thing though is like really the truth remains. The Azget has the files. She showed the different videos. She showed videos that aren't even about anything that was shown that she created.
Yep. She
Her
showed the
videos have
talent, the
landscaping.
capability.
Why would she even need Van Life's landscaping when her video that she showed of the motorcycle accident, it showed perfectly fine landscape.
Exactly.
She had no need for her. So the mysterious van in front of the house, like I feel like we're gonna have to like make a van gate or something. But no, look at all those files she
I
has.
know. Look at all. I know they're kind of blurry on here, but look at all of these files. They all date back, well,
Yeah, she
those
has
are
an amazing talent.
she sure
Truly.
does, and it's such a shame that someone tried to steal it from her and pass it off as their own. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at that. Hours and hours of hard work went into this. Why look at those trees. Why would she need Van Life to come and help with
Yeah.
a tree? Come from Las Vegas to Missouri, 1,500 miles away to help with a
Right.
tree? No,
Right.
that didn't happen.
Yeah. I think the hard part, what Mary isn't understanding is there's nothing to stand up for.
Mm-mm.
So if what you're here to do is to stand up for a thief, stand up for a liar, stand up for a person who has zero receipts to show their own work, yeah, then no wonder why you're kind of being ignored or shrugged off because at this point I don't know anybody in their right mind that would say, "Oh, I think it's wonderful that she stole this girl's work." I
Right.
think it's wonderful that after hours and hours and hours of putting in the work that she did, that she passed it off as her own to News Nation. Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, that's great. That's
That's
really
amazing of
amazing.
her. God, what a beacon of honor she is. She's
Mm.
so respectful. Nobody in their right mind would say that.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe anyone in their right mind would say that. I agree. Brianna, thank you so much, hon. She says, I can't believe she just told you to take your honesty inspiration from Michelle Lee, right? Could be either one. I don't know. And it might not be either, but she's saying, I'm assuming because she's the only one standing up for her. Mary J, I poured through Azget or through Azget's work, but also through Van Life's work. I didn't see you in the comments. I didn't see you in the live streams. That's why I'm assuming you're one of her troll accounts. Or maybe Michelle's troll account. But if you are one of her supporters who believed in her, why weren't you in her live streams?
Well, and it's more likely, I am more likely, like the girl went on a stream, on a screen recording, clicked on the files on her computer, opened up the files for you to see what's in that file. Somebody who creates with somebody else isn't going to show you all of that stuff. Like that's just not how it happens. And ultimately, Mary, you have every right, 100%, to stand by the actions of people being thieves, people being liars, people,
Mhm.
basically disrespecting other people's hard work. You go, do you, boo, do you. But some of us don't like that stuff. We're not with it.
I don't know when the strike ended, but the delay is not Azget's fault. It's mine. She got most of this back to me well over a week ago, but I was sick. I was just too sick to create the video and the content with it. But again, that's not Azget's fault. That's mine. Ellie, you're up here, hon.
Oh, hey. I just wanted to come on. But that really does sound like, I mean, I'm not calling anybody out, but like I've seen van life in chats before, and it's like the same exact like vernacular, should I say? I don't know. She
Yeah,
just talks
I know. It
exactly like
sounds
her.
very similar, very, very eerily similar. Thank you,
Eerily
independent thinker.
similar. Yeah. I'm so glad you did this. Like, it's so good to have it like all out there in like one place, and to see like all those files. Like, and for her to say that she did the landscape part was always like a punch in her gut. Cause like, that's such a little part of like this animation that she did. And
Right.
to
I
say,
mean, look at this stinking, Suburban or whatever you call 'em, whatever it is. Look at the
yeah.
detail in that, and you think that she needed help with a tree?
Right.
Yeah.
Even look at the snow on the tire. Like
Right.
that is, I mean, she's very,
Detail.
very talented. I mean, I had watched the one 3D one that she had done, I think for the Idaho 4, but looking even at the motorcycle accident one that you play at the end, that's just some random one that she did.
Mhm.
Even that one, I'm like, man, like not only did she just do it from one angle, she has multiple different angles of how it would be. And then she showed you the crime scene accidents,
Yes.
like that's crazy. Like that
Yeah.
is really a great talent. And I truly do hope that this doesn't discourage her. I hope that she just finds a way to copyright her own work. So
Right.
that way it doesn't even
Yeah.
have to go any further and she can produce the work that like, because honestly, you see like remakes like this and it makes things make sense for you. I think it's personally needed a lot in true
Oh,
crime.
yeah. I was very deep into the Murdoch case, and, looking at her videos of it was extremely helpful.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
it reminds you of Gray's work, when you put in the
Yeah.
time and you make these animations, it's very helpful, and, they're doing it for I don't know how much they make on TikTok, but I'm guessing it's not a whole lot. It's probably peanuts, unless you have, like, a sponsorship or something. Um, you
She
would
wasn't
definitely
doing it for money at all, Azget. That's
No.
the thing. She was doing it for like the love of like designing. And then that's what really got me, because she just kind of like saw that she had a weakness that she didn't know about
Mhm.
YouTube, and like just went after her, what she knew what to do, and just scammed her, like really scammed her out of like her own work by I
Right.
couldn't believe when she struck her when we found out about that.
Oh, yeah, did
Um,
you see that in here in this video?
yeah.
Like, the fact
Yeah.
that
I remember
she
when it happened with like Queen, because Queen like got what I remember when that all happened, like throughout, because this has been going on since like Crime Circus. We've
Yeah,
like been on to
yeah, since
this.
January, and,
Yeah.
she put in here Van Life put in here that the claim was false, because this is the what's it called when it goes back? Like,
The
um,
rebuttal.
a rebuttal. Yes, sorry,
Oh,
thank you. Van Life claimed that Azget's claim of the content was false. She said, "False claim, I am the full creator of this video in full. I swear under penalty
Under
of
a penalty of
perjury that
perjury.
I have a good faith belief the material was removed due to a mistake or misidentification of the material." I can't read that part. Or disabled. So under penalty of perjury, she's saying it was her video.
hmm.
So Van Life strikes
That's
her
not
3
sharing.
times, and Azget rebutted it all 3 times, and Van Life won?
So Azget filed against 7 videos, but she was new to YouTube, and because she did this at the end of February, she wasn't fully understanding of what was taking place. And so she filed 1 strike on 1 video. And then she went to do another form, and she saw that where she could add multiple videos under that form. So instead of filing 6 more separate forms, she only filed 1 more form and included all 6 in that. So that only technically put 2 strikes on Van Life's work. Then Van Life sees those strikes, and the next day comes back and strikes against Azget on multiple videos. But she did it the way you should if you want to take someone
Individually.
down. Yeah, and did it
Mm.
individually, which disabled her account. And then
Oh,
later, because she couldn't fight all of those claims, it got her channel permanently.
because she had 5 strikes, as she said, right? You said in
Um,
this, you
5
said
or
something.
6.
Okay. That makes sense. That's why, because I was like, why did, yeah, that, it's, you put it on.
I wish that she would work with some of these other creators that have a little bit more experience. I know the channel is terminated. However, what I think it would do for her is if she could fight to like prove, you know, that this is her work that Van Life is using, right? I truly like I would love to see her have her own YouTube page, like that people can give her credit for and share under fair use, but like it's under fair use. It's not this is my work that I
She
did.
does have her own YouTube page. She just started a new one. She
Oh,
said this
good.
feels like it's giving her a voice to start creating content again and putting it on YouTube. But she doesn't have anything on there yet. You know, she's just starting getting back into it, and I'll absolutely share that out because she just created it yesterday so she could
Oh,
comment
wow.
under that video. And I was like, let
Aw.
me confirm
Oh,
that this
good.
is you because, you know, we've been
Yeah.
dealing with a couple other trolls. And she's like, yeah, it's me. And it just gave her the motivation to want to start creating again. So I hope we will be seeing more content fully watermarked on her
Right.
Yeah.
A real large,
Over the
obvious
whole
watermark.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no blurs.
She said, okay, this was an email Van Life submitted to YouTube on Saturday, March 11th at 5:55 p.m. I didn't receive it until March 27th when YouTube finally notified me and included in the notification to me. An interesting thing, they finally acknowledged my digital copyrights to my work after some 30 interactions of giving proof. But I still
Wow.
banned, which makes no sense. If you look at these emails as one example, you'll see the date and the video highlighted as reasons for termination of my account on March 19th. Then an email on March 27th informing the restore of the videos. So they terminated her account on the 19th, and then on the 27th, they told her they were going to restore her videos. But all of them were restored, but you can't see them because her account's
Channel is banned.
terminated.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Van Life got demonetized like
Yeah.
the same day that like Queen got her strike removed. So she didn't get any Azget, I guess, didn't get her strikes removed then. No. But how did Queen did?
No,
I
they
wonder.
removed the strikes. They just didn't reinstate her channel.
Right.
Got
So
it.
they didn't finish out their process. And again, I can understand that with so much going on, she didn't want to keep fighting for what, a
Yeah.
YouTube channel, you know, when real life stuff was happening. But I
Yeah.
do hope that she takes this and, you know, I would love
Finishes
to
it.
see her channel reached out to or, you know, shared out. And I think that there's a lot of people in the community that would support her page and they would
Yeah.
know, like, if you see it on her page first on YouTube, you know it's not anybody else's stuff, you know?
Well, just knowing,
Yeah.
you know, in the correspondence with Drip Drop, I know he would share it out, and that's, you know, such a huge channel to have right there.
Yeah.
That's how she grew it. That's how she
Sharing
went.
your work.
I
He would
saw.
absolutely help with that.
Yeah. That's exactly how she grew it. I mean, like I saw her numbers like go up and up and up and up and like I watched
Yeah.
it like during that Drip Drop thing. It's just
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. I'm just saying though, like now,
No, I
the
know. Yeah,
new, you
yeah.
know, Azget would be able to share her stuff.
Exactly. If like she gets a big platform, somebody to like, you know, to link it. But it's so crazy that that's what she did. She like was very like manipulative, that Van Life, because she sent it to a big creator and she built her entire, she had like not like maybe 1,000 or less than 1,000 subscribers
I bet she
before.
didn't even have that many because all of her other YouTube channels have under 50, maybe 75 on one. I mean, they're just very little. I don't think she's properly, you know, tagging her work or things like that.
And she tried to get work too after that Drip Drop original tag. She like changed her, because me and Queen were watching it. She changed her description and then she put like about her Optimus like stuff in there, and she changed it. And she was trying to get like animation work, but for other like programs, like not even the one that Azget was
Oh,
using,
yeah.
which was the first like big clue. Like, what is this stuff? You know, maybe she does do seating design for restaurants because she seems to know.
I've seen
Yeah.
it. Well, I don't know about design,
Or
because
something.
her seating
Yeah.
design so far has only been on paper, like sketches on paper, and she claims now she's learning Blender to be able to do animation like this for her business. But they did actually do the upholstery work. I've seen those videos. I hear
Yeah, she
all
seems to
the
know about that. I
yeah.
would say out of anything, she seems like I've seen her pictures and her like illustrations, and there's like seating of
Mhm.
these like big like banquet halls and whatever she does. So she
Yeah,
knows that. Yeah.
I've seen them like actually doing it, building it, doing the upholstery and stuff. So yeah. But
Yeah.
she doesn't know Blender to
Mm.
create this 3D animation for those channels, and she didn't even use SketchUp to create those things. I'm still trying to figure out if her van sketches were stolen from somewhere else. I've been
Possibly,
doing
right?
searches on that. I know some of her logos have been.
Interesting.
I wonder, did you ever research? She had said that she was working with the defense team. Was that part of their contract in air quotes, or was that her
Yeah.
individually?
That was in her. Yeah, that
She's
was in
not
her.
working with the defense team.
No,
Just
nobody's
from the
worked.
articles that we found claiming who was doing that work, she's nowhere listed
Some
on there.
company.
None of her
Yeah.
companies are listed on there. Nothing.
No.
I feel like that was the benefit of allowing her to like come up and speak, because the more she talked,
Yep.
like the more she revealed lie after lie. And it sounds like Azget was able to turn around and be like, oh, here's a timestamp claim that never happened. Here's this one that never happened, and show you the proof of that. So I think that worked out really well.
Thank you, Sasha. Hang on, we got somebody else hopping up here. I don't know this name, so let me put a banner.
Uh-oh.
You don't have to show your face, Selena, if you don't want to. I don't. If you want to turn your camera off.
Yes.
You're up here, hon.
Okay.
Are you there?
I just wanted to say thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Coming from the paranormal community, we have, so many fakers out there. It's really nice to see somebody helping people out.
Are you okay?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
happy. I'm very happy to share Azget's story. I feel honored that, when I emailed her, it wasn't even with the intent of getting the deeds. I was just saying, hey, this is happening. You know, what do you think about it? And I'm looking into it to see what I can prove. And then she came back and she wanted to have her side shared. It's been months, and she felt it was time for that truth to come out.
Definitely.
She felt strong enough to be able to do it now, when previously she felt beat down.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand that for sure. Can I respond to David Michael Film? So he
Yeah.
said, the curious thing for me is why focus on my daughter for so much for so long. There are other creators you could steal from, so why target Azget? Honestly, my answer is because her work is bomb.
Exactly.
Well,
We
yeah,
were all looking at it. For
And
sure.
that amazing work got her attention. And I think that attention she was getting and the popularity she was getting, it went to her head.
Yep.
Well, I think it's twofold. I think her work is amazing, yes, but I think in the beginning, since Azget's platform was smaller, someone has some feedback here.
It's Selena. Selena, close your YouTube tab.
Okay, I did.
I muted you for a second. Let me unmute you.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. So I think because her platform was smaller than others.
I think it's still there.
Yeah, you still got feedback, honey. I'm gonna mute you for a minute. I think because her platform was smaller than so many others in the true crime community in the beginning, that Van Life really felt like she could steal it and no one would notice. And I think that was a reason to focus on her. And then Azget tried to fight her with the strikes and stuff, but she never spoke out about it on her TikTok channel. So she wasn't getting, people coming at her or trolls coming at her, things like that. So I think that's another reason that she continued on until, people like Queen and Rabbit and others started to call it out and give it attention on large platforms. And I truly think that's why she went after Azget as hard as she did.
Yeah.
I would like to just point out that Mary actually said after downloading all the different items, it does come with the animation already set. You could just go in and activate. So I want to point out that not only does Mary know about the neighbor's van, the neighbor who has an eyewitness statement that they seen her at Azget's house, she also knows about the digital formatting that it takes to be able to activate this type of
Oh,
work
you
as
still
well.
got feedback, Selena. I'm gonna hit mute again, hon. You still have some. You might need to hop down and hop back up, and make sure you pause that YouTube before you hop up, because I do want to hear what you have to say. But that was pretty
Yeah,
bad.
she writes exactly like van life. I mean, it's,
Who knows? Yeah,
I mean,
I
it
agree with
seems
perfectly.
very similar,
Just
very,
hop
very
on up here
similar.
and talk to us.
Yeah,
Really.
let us know that it's not you then, and
We
why
have
you support her so much and know so much about the details that she knows about, that she should try to explain to us. It sounds like
I
you know those exact details.
Yeah, I did dig into her from prior to this, and she has taken other people's work, and I will be compiling
Really?
that all and sending it on to Azget if she needs to use it in the future for anything.
Mm.
It's not as big as this, but yes, she absolutely has. They didn't list any names. It was just the name of the business that they chose and the
That's
person.
not
And
true. Isn't
what?
it the guy? There's a guy, right? Is True Crime Diamond here? I think they're the ones who provided us the name last time.
Of
And the
what?
the article that named that like the guy.
Oh yeah, no, it's a whole. I can grab it.
I cannot. I just can't.
Yeah. And just to see that file, that was so good. That file with the first thing that she did back in December with the tree already there when, Van Life was saying, oh, yeah, I did all the landscaping part where
Mhm.
it's all you do is probably drag, those are probably like already pre-done or, you know what I mean? There's several to choose from. It's not like you need to drive to Las Vegas from Missouri or wherever, right? So like go have somebody build
Yeah, I
something that
mean,
you could do yourself and did
that whole
yourself.
thing is absurd to say that she went from Vegas to Missouri to work on a tree. I mean,
I
just
mean,
that
come on.
statement.
Like,
That
it's just
statement
like,
alone.
right? It's just like, come on, please don't like, yeah, like that's just like a lot. I mean, that's just lying. Like, I mean, that alone like shows that's like the huge red flag. And then the working for the Brian Kohlberger case when, clearly nobody's doing that here,
Yeah, I think if y'all ignore her, I promise you, don't worry. The actual van life ID will show up if y'all ignore Mary. I'm just saying.
Mary.
That's
Yeah.
what we'll do. I'll have to go back and
Wow. Well,
email
good.
and
Good job, Deets, putting this all together. And that like trailer was like amazing. It was like a movie trailer. You should look at movie trailers.
that was fun last night.
Hey, Queen.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun last
Fake
night.
crime scene pics for the Idaho case said her aunt worked
I
the
saw
case in
those when she
Pennsylvania.
posted them. She like
You
had
were
it.
the one who told me about that. I didn't see them.
Yeah,
Now,
there was just like blood, like there was like blood on the floor, like blood splatter, but they were just like another crime scene. It wasn't from Idaho at all. You know what I
But
mean?
did she
She got
claim?
really, yeah. Well, that was, she got in with like the truth and with Lana and truth and transparency and all those. So she's like she'll come up and I'll see, like I've just been keeping tabs on her since all this happened back
thank you,
then,
Susan.
and so I see that how she like started to get into like the whole cartel aspect, the whole like it's a drug house, that maybe Brian Kohlberg isn't guilty, angle from it all, which is everybody's prerogative, but I just see like the direction that she's going, towards with that. And so it was like fake stuff that was going around, and she posted it and then removed it.
Maybe she'll have the neighbor on a live stream with her and do like a panel. They can.
I'll go and watch it.
Yeah, we'll watch you.
Can have the neighbor give an eyewitness statement, and of course nobody asks any questions because you're just supposed to believe what they say with no receipts. But yeah, I'll be there to watch for sure. I may laugh a lot, but who doesn't love a good thievery?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Mary J, she watches that channel too. Oh wow, you like
Oh,
Truth and
yeah.
Transparency also? Okay. Well, I guess they're in the
Oh.
same community, I guess.
They must be in the same community.
That's a lovely community you all have over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I did not go down that rabbit hole. I know that there's a lot in there just from some of the lives of van lives that I
Oh
watched.
my gosh.
Rabbit hole, and I'm like, nope, I'm already.
Don't do it. Don't
way
waste
too
your
much
time.
time on
It's too
this.
rabbit holey. Like you'll never get out of that one. You know what I mean? Because then
Yep.
it just opens up like all of that stuff. With,
I'll
like,
leave that to other channels to cover.
yes.
Sure.
Right. Deets True Crime Dime sent you the email.
Yeah, I'm loading it right now.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you,
All right. I didn't know if you've seen it. Listen, she wouldn't have been asked to do the Brian Kohlberger case unless she made that after he was arrested December 30th. Before that, no one knew and it was called the Idaho 4 case. You're right. Before he wasn't arrested till December 30th, so she couldn't have made it. Okay.
Well, she was making he wasn't arrested, but there was still stuff happening.
Yeah, the house.
Like
People were looking it up on Zillow.
Were still there, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, people were doing like Gray started his house early too. You know
Yep.
what I mean? They all, like he started putting it together, and then, I mean, not until like they knew who, but like there was still a suspect that did all of that in that house. No matter if it was Brian or whoever it was.
Oh, Mary questioned it, and she showed her it. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, Mary knows things.
What's up, Mary? You know so much, Mary.
We want to talk to you, Mary. I think
I really do, actually. I
have so many questions. I'd love to pick your brain.
So this is forensic expert Matthew Nodell, owner and operator of Nodell Scientific, which has not worked with anything related to Optum CSS or Optum Films or anything like that.
Interesting.
5 hours inside. He specializes in crime scenes, bloodstain pattern, and reconstruction. But no, Azget's work in the beginning, before Kohlberger was arrested or even named as a suspect, is based off of what everybody else was covering at that time. The fact that a crime had happened, we knew the house, we knew a few small details shared by law enforcement, and that was it. I think one of her first videos was mainly just to show locations of stuff, and she even gets a few things wrong because the affidavit wasn't out yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when she added the timeline with the affidavit. Yeah. Wow. Case solved, right?
Others will finally, when they do see this live, it will let you know that she'll let you know that she has made sure she told them who to go to if they wanted any animations. She has never hid the fact it belonged to Azget. Okay, here's the problem with that though, Mary. None of it belongs to her. All of it belongs to Azget. That's where the issue.
We saw all those files. Like
no, and the problem also is, Mary, is the statement from Crime Circus, who Van Life contacted before anyone else. A day after she loaded Azget's work onto her YouTube channel, she goes into
I know the feeling.
Dog life.
Dog life.
That's my grandpup. I don't know why you got so excited. Come here, Archie. So the day after she stole it from Azget, which was the day after Azget loaded it, Van Life went to Crime Circus and said, "Here is my work. Feel free to use any of my animations on anything you need." That's where some hard proof is coming from.
Mm-hmm. And I think like Queen had already found that video and was playing it. Do you know what I mean? And then when Crime Circus, like I didn't even know of Crime Circus so much until Brian Kohlberger, but then when he linked it and we started like looking, we're like, wait a minute. And she had a different name at the beginning. It wasn't Van Life Advent. It was like another whole other.
It was unique Van Life and open mind perspective.
Yes, perspective. Exactly. Yes.
True Crime Time says the article is in the first email. It actually details his contract with them. And then also, I'm actually curious, a couple of people in the chat are asking. So Mary says she showed all these screenshots and emails and stuff like that. Hey, Mary, can you tell us where to go look for that? Because I'm sure that Deets would be willing to pull up that live stream or pull up that video so we can look at it right now. We all want to see the
Oh,
receipt.
I would be happy to pull that up.
Yeah.
I have went through so much of van life stuff, but I didn't see anything like that. I don't
The tree was custom made, and then a particle system was added to make leaves. All the trees, bushes are the same tree, just duplicated.
Oh
Some
my.
scaled
Wait,
down, turned sideways, and rotated just one tree. Wow.
Wait, where'd you read that?
did
Where'd
Mary
you...
say that?
That's David Michael. No.
Oh,
okay.
I was like,
Like,
okay. I was like, wait, Mary.
No, I'm sorry. I should have said the name first.
I was gonna say, Tracy, just hop up here now. Just hop up here now. Oh no, who you're fooling with
Oh
that.
gosh. Sorry.
Yeah. You got me. You got
Oh
me.
my God. He knows. He gets it now. David, he gets it. Yeah.
And this is the problem, right?
That's
Just
amazing.
come up, say, hey, I'm sorry. I should have handled it better. I should have gave you credit, those sort of things. But no, you just keep digging a deeper hole. It doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Here is the article. Again, thank you, True Crime Time. You are a doll. Where it talks about who's the owner and the operator. Let's see. I thought they mentioned something else about his company. 30 years of experience in the field, provides 2D and 3D models. I highly doubt they're using Blender. No offense. Yeah. Defense expert.
Oh, he's worked on other cases before. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. 30 years in the field, you're gonna.
Yeah.
He was used as an expert in a Fox investigation into Tupac's death. Wow.
Oh, yes. I feel like I heard that.
I wonder if that's what the
Tupac.
Fox credit on her website is from. Sorry.
You know, somebody just said.
No. Oh, and he's also under a gag order. So how is she out here telling people she's on the team?
Interesting. If she was part of the team, wouldn't she be violating that gag order?
Better not be out here talking about it, that's for sure.
That's interesting. Azget's videos, I believe, are on her TikTok, right, Deets?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then she's working on her YouTube channel.
Working on her YouTube channel. She was working today, or else she'd been in here. She said she might listen. If she hops in, I can absolutely drop the link to the channel.
Yeah, I'll definitely drop down so she can.
Oh yeah, perfectly has it. Let's see. She was the original crew. Wow.
Yeah, I meant that. Like, I don't know, Queen. Somebody must have sent it to Queen, because that was the first time I saw it was on like Queen's channel when we were covering the Idaho stuff.
Well, I saw actually when I was going through the comments, I saw B Tim with his old logo that he used to have. Remember on the
Oh, yeah.
he was actually
tomato.
Azget's comments back in January. So I'm guessing B Tim probably shared it with Queen, that like the videos and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to get into. I guess that was when her dad was going through his med, right? Like right after. So that's why she kind of course, she wouldn't have the energy to put into all of, or know what it entails to be like with all this YouTube world. Like nobody really knows about what's, that could even happen to you. Like, yeah, or that it's even a possibility that somebody would take your work and put it onto another platform like that. Like, I'm sure she didn't.
If you've never, created like that before or anything, you'd be.
Right.
But I mean, if you go through her comments, so many people were telling her this. So
Yes, a
she
lot
said
of
that's
people.
one of the reasons she started investigating it, but she wasn't well versed in YouTube. That wasn't her platform.
Yeah.
Welcome to the streets, Vic. Thank you for joining.
Revival said Van Life is a proud graduate of Uni School of Misinformation.
I feel a similarity here.
There's
Someone
a
else mentioned
similarity
they
here.
playing that video.
It really is, because it got me like the same kind of way, both of these uni, and like the lying and the, twisting and manipulating and then saying, oh no, this is, you're crazy. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Like that's like this Mary J person whoever she, like she's like saying you're like crazy to think all of this and think this
Mary,
way.
I don't need a bad guy, and I'm willing to give Van Life the benefit of the doubt that something else is happening with her, or maybe she has some reasonings that she did this that she's not sharing
Yeah.
with us. But I like the truth, and that's what I got to the bottom of.
And
We
ultimately,
don't need
the
a
truth
bad
is she's a lying thief.
Yeah, it's not a bad guy. It's
She stole the work, and ultimately she can make it better and go do what she does. Just use your own work and
Oh,
apologize and leave this girl alone.
and like Tracy said here, I remember, yes, Tracy hopped up on the panel. She said, I personally asked her to show the raw files, just like Azget did in that video. And she said she did not have any because she did all the work on Azget's computer.
like, come
But
on,
this was
really?
after she had told us she had created them herself.
Yeah.
And if you go back and listen to that live, it's too much to clip. I'm basically clipping the whole dang live, or at least an hour worth of content. She went back and forth on several things within the same live stream. It's crazy, and I don't mean like she's crazy. I just meant it's just a weird, your mind blowing situation happening. Yes, Firewife, I agree. That's the part that really, like, hearing these stories, going back through Queen's old content, which let me grab everybody's links that I've been mentioning. But going back through her content when she exposed her, going back through Rabbit's content when she exposed her, that was the part that stuck out to me so much, was that it wasn't just about stealing the work. It was then going and filing copyright strikes on the creator that created the work.
Just so wrong. Just so
Oh
wrong.
my
Just
gosh,
so
it was
wrong. Like,
crazy. Let me grab
oh
it.
my gosh. That is just like I mean, could you get any worse than that? Like, them trying to I mean, that's just like so so wrong. Like, how do you do that to somebody? And then what? Mm. Hmm.
The
That takes a
chat
lot of
wants to
balls.
know when was the first van line video posted? Do we know?
Well, she posted it and then she sent it to Drip Drop, but it's all
January.
been removed in January
Well,
sometime.
he knows. Well, I don't know when she posted it, but he believes that it was right before because he's just basing it off of memory because he ended up blocking her. But he said that she contacted him the day before, and he knows what day that was because he put his video out on the 11th. So he knows she contacted him on the 10th. And if he remembers correctly, it hadn't been on her channel very long at all. So, and then Azget put her first video out November 30th. I can see when she put one out around that time frame because I do have that timeline.
Let me go look at Queen's video because she was actually showing live before Azget did a bunch. Excuse me, before Van Life started doing deleting during that live stream as
During
she was
that
shooting.
live.
So I wonder if
Yeah.
that one of those has what we're
Yeah,
looking
I
at.
did
that live.
clip those,
Smart.
but my video is getting so stinking long.
I should look at my screenshots from back then too. If I
Oh,
find
that
anything, I'll
would
let
be
you know. Because I took screenshots of Drip Drop's comment,
because
These comment.
Azget's screenshots of Van Life's videos are from March 8th, I want to say. So if anyone has ones before that, that would be extremely helpful.
Okay, I'll look at my screenshots because I remember when all that was. I remember when I first went on to Van Life Open Life, whatever adventures and Open Life Perspective. I went on there and I was listening to her voice, and me and Queen were like, "That is not Azget's voice. That is so not her voice."
No,
And
she changed it. Isn't that crazy?
yeah, no, I know, but when we first realized wait, that's not her voice. And then she tried to say, then she posted something, this is more recently, that she used a voice changer because she doesn't like her voice, and that Azget voice was her real voice, but she was using a voice changer, and she put the software, a picture of the software for a voice changer on her community posts.
Well, did you
This was
hear in this
recently.
video that she is trying to put on How do you guys say that? Venmo? I don't know how you. It's not Venmo.
Vimeo.
Vimeo.
Yeah, I've heard of
She
that.
has.
Yep.
Listen, she has a voice changer on this too.
Yeah, it's just slightly changed it. The voice. Yeah.
We've learned Dylan was sleeping here on the second floor, along with Xana and Ethan,
It's
located here.
slightly different. Like,
Yep.
why?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah, because didn't sound any. That was like the first thing. It sounded nothing like her, and it was like all pictures of her dogs and her van at the way beginning. Before she got into the Huckelberger case, it was just like her dogs and her van, and like there wasn't like a lot going on her page. This is when it was still.
I think you cut out, Ellie. Unless I lost my Wi-Fi again. Are you there?
Oh yeah, I got a call. I'm sorry about that.
No, I was like, oh no, my Wi-Fi was no.
Yeah, I just remember her like it just went from like 0 to 60 as far as her sub count. Every time I looked, it was getting more and more and more, and it was just like. And then we started trying to touch base with Azget on like TikTok, but she just wasn't responsive, because she was going through a lot, right?
The first comments that I could find under Azget's TikToks of people saying, "Hey, I think someone's stealing your work," is January 10th is the earliest. So I'm guessing she stole it, pretty. And I don't know what was her first video that she loaded, but Azget did load a video on January 8th, and that one was taken as well. So. Okay, reiterate one more time. Azget posted a video on her TikTok on January 8th. On January 10th, VanLife reached out to Crime Circus and said, "Here, use any of my animation that you want to use." 2 days later. Oh, looky here. We have screenshots of the tree cutaway. Let me pull that up. See, it's like you throw all these things out at them saying, "Oh, well, they got to prove this or they got to prove that." Amber and David have been able to. They've been able to. But you know who hasn't been able to prove anything? VanLife. Can you guys see that?
I just found like an email on TikTok from January 9th. Is that around the date you said?
Yep.
But also Bullhorn. My thing mentions Bullhorn in it.
Well, that's what B. Tim's was commenting. Can you guys see this tree cutaway?
Oh, that's neat.
So B. Tim's comment under her TikTok was that Bullhorn had stolen her.
Yeah, my email to her on TikTok says that too, that Bullhorn is stealing it too. Oh my god. That's funny. Not funny, Funny, not funny. Kind of.
Oh, I'm glad Titanium Belt told you to come over too. I don't know who that is, but I'll look into it.
Oh yeah, I saw her like tag
there she is. Hey, I'll go check your channel out. Thanks, love. Yeah. So anytime you guys pose a question, they're able to prove it. I'd like to know why VanLife can't do that same thing.
And that's how you show receipts.
Get on and show us, come on and make this tree. You can't show your files. Come on and make the tree. Drip Drop kept ignoring her. Who? VanLife or Azget? Because Drip Drop.
Oh, who's saying this? Oh, Drip Drop. She knows a lot. This Mary J.
Azget.
Oh my god.
You know a lot, ma'am.
She knows all the deets.
You know a lot.
This is your assistant.
Yeah. She knows so much about she knows more about VanLife's process than VanLife knows about her process.
They have like a similar writing style.
She never told Drip Drop that. She can't do anything.
She's like clear out, like responding as her at this point.
Oh my god.
She never told Drip Drop.
I already shared in the video what Drip Drop shared. I feel like out of these two, I'm gonna believe that.
I believe Drip. He really was like, he was like, oh, he was like, oh, damn, I got like, because like Queen Bee also like, got in touch with him about it. Hmm. Wow. It's like the doubling and tripling down. Like, because I guess you get, I don't know. I don't like lying. I don't like to lie, but you get caught. I get she's stuck in this corner, and she just you can't get out of that corner like uni, like you're too off the shore. You can't turn that ship around, I guess, or else you're just you're it's just I'm trying to get into her mind and think for her like how she's just defending herself because at this point maybe she believes she's not lying. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys keep saying deleting. This is totally true. Just hop up here, Tracy. I'll talk to you. We're not going to yell at you or scream at you or anything like that. But this is
Yeah.
exactly what you said to us the last time that we asked. That when Tracy kept saying that you shared it in the Dropbox, you got really upset with the small variations in the word because it wasn't shared in the Dropbox. It was put in the Dropbox. Does anybody else remember that whole fiasco? So
Yeah. Yep. Mhm.
yeah, they're on private. Don't say delete. Okay. They're unlisted. They're on private.
Yeah, you explained that to us last time, how they're on private, that you didn't delete them,
Mhm.
right? She explained that.
Yep, she did. We get it.
Yeah, just admit, I mean, I guess you can't admit to it, I guess, like once you get to this point where she's at, like it would be, I mean, you can, of course, you could always admit to the truth, I think, but like, I don't know, she's just taken this lie too far. Do you know what I mean? That,
It is. It has been.
yeah, like way off the rails. But it's so good to hear Azget talk about, to hear her side of it
Mhm.
and to see that we were like on the right track with our own intuition about things because it always like it didn't seem right for a lot of us that were watching it, especially after like Gray. Like Gray was like the first like seeing his animation all and he built it online like live pretty much for people to see it. So just to see all that work, and then to see somebody just steal something so nonchalantly,
I
just
know. Like it was nothing. Like it just makes you realize that your
and then she
stuff.
did it again for Murdoch. It's like she did it for Idaho, but then she kept like after she was being called out, not enough, I guess. She went and uploaded the Murdoch one. Like that was so crazy. Like after doing the whole thing for Idaho, just like, okay, this is my new, you know, my new work. Like, oh, just totally taking advantage of like Azget's naivete in a way for YouTube and like what people could do because I didn't know that people would do stuff like this until I've seen people do stuff like this.
I think we're
You
all shocked when we come here and we realize what people are truly capable of. It's mind blowing and infuriating and all the words because you don't
all the
as a
words.
whole you want to think people are good and then they do things like this and you're like what, why would you
Yeah.
even try to do that?
For money. I mean, she saw like, and because she made such a fit when she got like demonetized. And then in these comments, this Mary J person was talking a lot about like, oh, you guys are doing this all for money, money, money. No, sounds
No.
like that's what you did. You try to like build your channel and then build a business or try to get like freelancing work because she did this whole thing like email me for and people were even saying this is so great, I'm going to email you for this project and I'm going to email you for this. So she was using her
Mhm.
that work that wasn't hers trying to get people to pay for work that was not comparable to the work that she was probably they were going to get because it wasn't Azget's work.
Right.
Just
Oh,
like really sad.
so now you want to make it seem like I'm just not going to be able to win here. That is totally a van life
There will come
thing.
forward the witness.
However, I know that there's witnesses out there that will come forward, and I'm just going to pray for it. Well, I hope that those witnesses come forward with factual, verifiable information, just like this, that you can pull up and put on your screen, just like this. Otherwise, I don't think anybody's going to believe it.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw the receipts, we had to see all those like raw files and like that first one that she made with the tree.
True. Yeah. True Crime Dime, you have to have a bigger channel to be able to talk to them directly. And I've heard like their direct line isn't even that great.
Like a YouTube manager kind of thing you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has stolen other people's work. Now, I don't know if it is, it's definitely not on this level. And I don't know if it's not necessarily as bad as this one where she actually put her logo over Azget's, where she blurred out Azget's watermarks, but she shared out other people's work as her own. Yep. Who? He already told us he was embarrassed. He shared it. Did you watch the video that I just played? Crime Circus was embarrassed. He was embarrassed that he was duped by van life. He feels horrible about it. So no. And that doesn't really make much of a case for van life, does it? If you're saying that he was embarrassed and he needs to come clean, then you're saying that, yeah, van life was in the wrong and she needs to come clean. Oh my gosh. Yep, just take the L. Just take the L. Oh, yeah. Yeah, after the Koberger videos that she took, she also took Murdoch videos.
Yeah, the entire thing. Like
Yep.
the whole Idaho and then the
Sure
whole
did.
Murdoch thing. Yep, the
Mhm.
entire thing. Bam, this is mine too now. Yep, this is my style. This is mine. That
Sure.
really got me. That was
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? Like you're gonna like use a whole nother animation as yours after you were called out. You know?
You were
Like
already
talk
called
about
out. Yeah,
doubling
Queen
down.
Latifah called her out by that point, and Rabbit as well. And then, yep, sure did. She had no shame in her game. Brianna, thank you. You don't have to super chat to. I'll read it anyway. I'm a fan artist. I make posters out of public photos. I have every PSD all the way back to 2002. No artist would have ditched source files for something this huge in the first 12 months.
Yeah,
Well,
we
there's
saw her
that.
source files. We saw like Azget's all those files. Like that's what I pictured her. And I pictured her like, well, you could see in her TikTok video like what her like office looked like. And you could see that, you know, you can't have those kind of, I mean, it was a free Blender's a free,
Yeah,
program,
it's a free program.
but you saw like her computers that she was doing it on, like she was saving, like you have to save, like it's probably a lot of space, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it's
she had
like
all,
one page at a time. It's insane.
yeah,
Tedious
animation
it
is like
looks.
intense. I know somebody that does animation and it is like intense, like what you do,
That's
you
a
know?
lot of work, a lot of back and forth, and someone who does something like I do all of my videos and stuff on my phone. There's no way I could do that. And from everything that I've seen of van life, she does a few things on her computer, but the bulk is on her phone. And I just don't know how. I just think that would be really, really hard. But hey, she can share it and prove it, right? Let's see.
Deets, I put in the back chat, I put the link to Queen's live that she did and the timestamp where she actually went through and showed like a video that was created by Azget, and it shows like the like what she does, and then she goes to Van Life's
Yes,
page
when it was being
and shows
deleted.
all the content that was there. By the next day, it was completely gone.
Yeah.
So that's the receipts for what
There's
was there before she
that
privated
one.
it, deleted it, whatever you want to call it, hid it, stole it even further, whatever. She did
All
it.
the things. All right, let's see what we got here. I think this is
Thing like a little looks like a little peacock thing right over the top of it to where you can't tell if it's
it does look like a peacock, but her logo is a head with like colors coming from the back of it.
She
hers or not. Here, we'll do this. Share tab. Okay, and then not only that, she's put them behind paywall now to where you have to be a member. So they're behind a fucking. Oh, now she's deleting them
There's
while we're
one
on
that
here.
isn't. Ooh, good.
Oh
There's
wait,
one
she's
that
deleting them while we're on here. So she's obviously watching us. That's okay though. Go ahead. You know what? Do the right fucking thing. Delete that bullshit here because they're not
Delete
your fucking
it and just move on.
And then go see a mental health
Johnson.
But they're not deleted, Queen. I can't believe you just
Privated.
said that.
I
They're
cannot believe
privated.
she said
I
that they were
know.
deleted
They're not
instead
deleted.
of privated. How dare she?
Unlisted, privated. Look at that. She's at 10.3 then. Now she's at like 9.5. So
Bullshit here because they're not your
Delete
fucking
it and just move on.
And then go see a mental health professional after you're done.
Talkspace is running a special right now. You can do it right from your van, so you can be in the comforts of your own van.
Yeah, because I'm telling you right fucking now, the bullshit that she's pulling right fucking now is really bullshit. And you know, for her to steal somebody else's fucking work like that and then tag it as her own is fucking foul. Not only that, you turn around and false fucking strike people for videos that ain't even yours.
Ooh.
I think just
It's
now
just foul, man. It's just
it's
Foul
crazy.
as hell. And so she, you know, then she sits there. I don't want to have issues. I don't want to have any problems. I didn't even do any. Yeah, the fuck you did. And you know what the fuck you did. Now stop playing victim.
Teach, when you were scrolling when you were playing it a minute ago and Queen was scrolling, they scrolled through like some of those like crime scene photos did you see that? Yeah, that was the ones from like that are gone.
And the live from the next day when she goes in there, there's
That
all of this is hidden.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what and I think that was like going around like Truth and Transparency too, because I saw it somewhere else at the time. But I
Look at
remember seeing
that. She had
it could be anything.
44,000 views on that. Like videos
Wow.
now are like
She had so many on the animations, guys. Like the
Yeah.
Idaho one, and then I think even more on the Murdoch. I feel like it got even more.
Oh yeah, Murdoch was big when she released all these. Really, really big. But to see other videos are only at like 400.
Do you think she made like a lot of money on like, cause if you get like a viral video, like 250K?
No, I don't think she made anything because she was demonetized.
No, but
she wasn't demonetized at that point in time.
No, she made money on that. That was
Yeah.
for like a couple months when she got all those views, and all the views were at the beginning. She didn't
Well,
get demonetized until recently.
So she was able to. She started her channel in January. She claims.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have had to build up over 1,000, and we know that she didn't get a lot of the and plus watch hours. So she might have been monetized in February, but the views that she got before she was monetized wouldn't count towards that. And then, so she would have had February and part of March. So only like a month and a half. So depending on where it all lay with, YouTube's session, because then she got demonetized. And well, I don't think she got anything because YouTube pays a month later. So March's paycheck doesn't come until, what would it be, July actually? Or
wow.
No, not July. Sorry, I had a brain fart.
April?
March, April, May. No, May.
Okay.
So like they count it, they take and count March and hold that in April, and then you'll get it in May. I do believe that's how it works. So
got it.
if she was demonetized in there, I don't know that she got anything at all.
When I first saw her, she might have had watch hours because she had like not a lot of videos, but enough. You know what I mean? But I don't think she had 1,000 subscribers.
Well, this live stream was on March 18th.
Yeah, that was January.
And
yeah,
it looks like the most of this stuff says about 1 month before this, so that would have been posted in about February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and January was when
when was the News Nation thing?
Not till April, I would say, or March, right?
Well, hang on, I got the screenshot, and it was. Let me just tell you.
Oh, True Crime Dime said
April, I would say.
Those photos were of a different crime scene, different house, different flooring, different crown molding, etc. She clickbaited everyone into believing it really was Moscow. She claimed her aunt worked for the FBI and leaked them to her.
Oh my goodness.
I can't.
Get it together, girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
I have like a million screenshots from this whole thing. March 4th was the Idaho video on Stanfield. Yeah, March 4th.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it was pretty soon. Okay. Okay, well, I think you've done an amazing job at exposing the liars, and I hope that Azget really does put her work on that YouTube channel
I
and
hope so
let somebody
too.
know so that it can be shared out and so that people know, like, if this work, shows up the next day on somebody else's page, they know it showed up on her page first.
Yeah.
That's going to help with establishing that she's the creator for the most part. Not 100%, but for the most part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I have I mean, this is why I think your van life, he blocked her immediately. So you wouldn't be able to see that she was reaching out to him unless you were her posting in the comment section.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, this is like, I mean, I would put money on it. Willow
And some
thinks
of
so.
these claims that van life makes, it's because she thinks that others aren't aware of how YouTube or how the platform works when some of us are and some of hers aren't. So
Well, I think that she may really need to like go back and turn it into, like
that
just
makes
maybe
sense.
like receipts 101 class for her.
David
Um,
said March 3rd. Sorry. That's probably right. I forget they post on their YouTube like the next day. So yeah, it probably did air the night before. Sorry about that.
oh, there you go. Crime Sleuth said, did you try the Wayback Machine and see if you can pull the receipts? Even though she's privated or deleted, it would show in there.
No, I did not go to the Wayback Machine. I found it faulty most of the time, but I can check it. I'll look into it.
You could use it for YouTube, the Wayback Machine. I didn't know that that
Mhm.
worked. Oh. Huh.
Yes.
Wow. Huh.
But I don't know if her content was like I don't
But
know. The
somebody
Wayback
has to be
Machine can be
tracking the
busy.
content
Yeah,
in
they have
order
to
for
be
it to
looking.
pull the content.
Oh,
Like
got it.
I tried to find some of the receipts for Uni, and the Wayback Machine does not have them for the other person. It doesn't have them because nobody was tracking for that at that time.
Well,
So
I did get so I was sent a video of someone who shared Crime Circus's video where it had her content in there. They shared it on the 13th. Like things were just happening fast. And that's the thing, so many people go live and reshare the content and it stays out there forever, but you got to dig for it. You really got to dig to find it in those live streams.
So if she's claiming that Crime Circus just shared her video, right? Which she was just sharing Azgat's video originally,
Mhm.
right? So if she just shared the video, why wouldn't she go in and say, "Hey, you're giving me credit for this work. I didn't do this. This is this gal's work."
Why
Wouldn't
would
that
he
make
go
sense?
why would he then go to the creator on TikTok and say, "Hey, am I being trolled? Like, what's going on here?" He wouldn't make himself known like that if he just wanted to steal the work and move on.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and jump down. Thanks for
Yeah.
this wonderful
Thank you,
receipt
Yeah.
Nanya.
driven
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
proof
Thanks
of
for doing
everything.
this.
Mary/Van Life, I hope you can really just do some inner reflection tonight and maybe make
Yeah.
some apologies. Asget seems like a very reasonable person who just wants to be able to create, and you are stifling her creativity right now with the fear that you're just going to go and take her stuff again, and that's not really fair. So as an
No.
artist yourself, I would hope that you would respect that and let her have her artistry and let it be hers. Okay.
Exactly. And I'm glad that she's not afraid of her anymore. She's not.
Me
And
too.
or others that might potentially steal her work in the future.
Yeah.
And she's learning how to handle that.
Yeah. Thank you helped her, I'm sure, like, and Queen, and just to like see this side of, how to like go about doing these things. And it's like a big learning lesson for her,
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
sure she'll like have some really good watermarks moving forward, right?
By Nanya? Yeah, I think so too. And I agree, Christy. I call BS to just sharing Azget's video. You don't cover a creator's logo in a video when you're just sharing that creator's video. Absolutely. You don't blur out their watermarks or cover their TikTok name. Then you don't blame it later on a pointer tag is what she blamed it on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like, no, that doesn't happen at all. At
The
all.
second News Nation, when they covered the Murdoch animation, they gave Azget right? On that one, didn't they give her credit or both of them credit? I wonder when that one
They
aired. Do
gave
you know?
both of them credit on the one that I shared in the video. They were both given
Uh-huh.
on it, and that was
Yeah.
the March 3rd one.
Okay, but didn't they? I thought that they covered the Murdoch one. That was the Idaho one, right? But then there was a
I thought
Murdoch.
they did as well, but I can't find that out there.
I'm
But
gonna look for that. I feel
Mhm.
like they definitely did do the Murdoch one as well.
Yeah, they
I'll look
probably
for it
did.
and I'll send it to you if I can
They
find it because
probably did. Because I
and
do
I
remember people talking. Well, you guys were talking in Queen's video, and I was going through it about them doing too. So I know they did, but I just couldn't find it. So I don't know if they removed it or they don't always put all their clips on YouTube. So
I'll look and see because maybe I sent it to Queen or like or something. I'll
I
look
don't
and
make up
see if
reviews
it's somewhere.
when I review. It's just this is a thing that goes far beyond fair use. This wasn't fair
Yes.
use. This was stolen
No,
content.
plagiarizing and art and like when it's something like a piece of art in a way like a work like this and you can see how like passionate Azget is and like she's just like she loves doing this. She loves like
Mhm.
creating. Like she wants to be like make movies. And so you could see like the pureness in why she did this. And then when you
Mm,
looked at that was and then you look at Van
yeah.
Life and you could
Live
see what her motives were. Let me like hook it to
exactly.
this creator. Let me get these views out. Let me build my channel. Oh no, I got demonetized. Oh no, I got you know what I mean? Like you could see her reactions. Then you look at like Azget's reactions. Like she was going through something really terrible with her family and she couldn't respond to it. And she didn't know
Mhm.
about what to respond. Like you just see the different
Yeah.
stories. Like it just shows like it shows the picture all right there about like how different people are. You know what I mean? Like and how it's just crazy that you could lie so deeply
And get
about
away with
something
it.
like this and get away with it to a certain degree. Thank God that
Yeah.
there's people out there that are, like you guys
Strong enough
and
to
Queen. Yeah, everybody putting the pieces together and
Well,
and holding
Celeste, she
people.
did have a watermark on her videos. She did, at the time, have watermarks on her videos, and Van
Yeah.
Life blurred them out. Um,
Hmm.
but it's not just about sharing, because if you are a YouTube creator sharing out somebody else's work, like they're trying to claim she did, you don't go on these websites like Vimeo to put it
And
on there.
Rumble.
You don't
Yeah.
go you don't go on Rumble, you don't go on what's this one? Gab.
Gab, you said?
You don't
Yeah.
put your work somebody else's work on Gab because this isn't a live stream where you're just sharing it out and talking about it. You don't you
Yeah.
don't do that. That's we could see right through this. That's more.
Yeah.
That's
That's
trying to
it.
claim it as your own.
Yep. Yep, totally trying to claim. I mean, like Queen put it on her thing and she said, this is, here's her TikTok like account. This is who created it. Boom. Like you could, that's the way to do it. Like you can't just say, okay, this is mine now because I
Right.
like it and
Yeah.
I want to like make some money on it or whatever. Or she thought she could grow her channel, whatever her reasons were, to do whatever she did.
You don't
It's
see
really wild. People are wild what they do.
Yeah, you don't see Azget's logo.
How to escape the heat if you don't have an air conditioner.
Well, no, I didn't mean to hit that. No, let me play it to skip it. But yeah, I mean, she put them on here to all sorts of websites. There's so many different streaming platforms. She went and put that content on afterwards. David, last word. Point of fact, Azget Amber has given hundreds permission to use her work upon request. Absolutely. Van Life was the only one who refused to use the work because of her actions. Disrespect. Who was refused to use the work because of her actions, disrespect, and lies. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one thing that Amber said to me in an email. She's like, I don't know why she didn't just ask. She
Yeah,
just
just
took
right.
it.
Just
This
took
is
it and
horrible.
that was the whole thing because she was like saying it was her own and trying, like I said, get work as an animator or whatever. She was trying to like drum up work from it, which is just like, and then she says, you're doing the stream today for money. I mean, like you were literally trying to like grow a little business off of it, like off of something
She
that
was. Yeah.
showing work that you didn't create to get to, because there was people like, oh my God, I remember reading comments and being like, I love your stuff. And like, and she'd be like, well, email me if you need like she was working it. And because she had so many comments because of that drip drop brought all these people in. And like you said it, people subscribe to people and they forget. And that's why but she did dip below 10,000, right? You said that.
She's down to like 9.5, and I hope she stays that way. I hope people don't sub up to the train wreck, because I just don't think she deserves that after everything she's done.
No.
It just doesn't seem right to have your,
takes a long time to grow to 10K,
Yeah, it does. I think it took me
Hey guys,
6 months.
let me turn my Alexa off. I apologize. It's probably making echoing.
You're fine, hon. I didn't hear an echo, actually.
Oh, wow.
Right. She wasn't sharing it at all. Case closed.
Hey.
How's it going, Nikki?
Good. Like my name?
Boston, I know we're there. That's too funny. I need to get that missing poster that Kathy made me and make it
like a t-shirt or something.
Overlay.
Get Sarah a press pass, maybe.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So how did that end up going?
Huh?
Go ahead. How did that end up going? I had like 19 phone calls come in like right in the middle of your stream.
I think that we made it pretty obvious that her work was stolen, and she absolutely did it herself.
Case closed.
Anything else we need to do to prove it?
There's no doubt. And we had like Van Life up in chat as like somebody else, an alias.
Really?
Or a really good friend, or her sister, or her alter ego, or somebody that's inside her mind and types just like her. I mean, she like really like.
She never
it's
took
very
that link though, did she? No, she'll probably come in one day when we're having a live stream talking about something completely different.
Like doxing.
Hijack the whole thread like she did that one time.
Yeah.
It makes no sense when she talks. It's like really hard to follow her. You know what I mean? I don't the way she goes with where she's going with her point, or it just doesn't make any sense to me. That one time she was on, oh my Lord.
Beth, oh my gosh, she said my daughter stole her brother's folder when she was 4, crossed out her brother's name, and wrote hers. We explained that's wrong, and she never did it again. Lesson learned at age 4.
Thug life, right
there. Right. That's how you.
Oh yeah, let me show you this. She claims to have made content for UFC, Boston.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Coming in on your territory.
I know. That's who I thought of when I saw it.
Do you have it still?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for you. I just gotta find the thing. She claims that she makes like short videos, intros, things like that on her website.
The UFC or just on I want to see here.
Here, I'm pulling it up right now. She claims it's for UFC. All right, here we go.
No way UFC would hire her to make anything, but we'll see here.
So here's the clip that she said UFC hired her for. Although you'll notice on it, right here,
that was UFC. I think that was, I can't remember the name, but it's Conor McGregor and Khabib.
He knows exactly.
I knew it was Conor.
Now on the left is Khabib, the champion. Khabib took him out, I think, the 3rd round, easily submitted him. That right there, she didn't make shit. She just literally, she can get in trouble for this. UFC will strike her the F down.
Well, I hope they do.
You see all this stuff right here? Pause it. Yep. That is on every UFC fight. Before every fight, they pop the stats up like this. She did not make.
What I was saying. I went and looked for, this fight. I typed in those names to see if I could find, and obviously, like some, foreign channel was sharing this one, and I went to see like if I could see where the original source was from. This is edited. I'm sure you know that there's typically stats or there's like a company logo or things like that in this like blue box down there at the bottom.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I think there might be something there. I can pull something up as well.
Wait, did you see Mary J's latest? Like she's back. She's back on a Mary J. Just come up here. We know who you are. She's like, okay, she just said that she did, but she kept ignoring her. And that was because he was embarrassed that he got caught making a mistake. There's another channel that can definitely come forward. And I think the name is Penny.
Oh
Like
my
Penny
gosh,
Pumpernickel.
we are totally like angry
Matrix.
texting right now, Mary.
Mary, we know who you are. Come
He
on,
tried to
Mary.
over.
You write
Oh
exactly
my
like your
God.
friend Van Life.
Doc
Doc
Thrifty.
Thrifty. See, that was the woman the other day talking about Doc Thrifty and the
Uh-huh.
doxing. Mary, we just want to, Mary,
Is this the
we're
woman that was
not
on
bullies.
Queens?
This is Mary's Van Life. We're like
Is it?
We're like, yeah, I'm gonna say
99.99999.
80% sure, Mary.
99 for
Well,
me.
I don't know. Is this a UFC fight or an MMA fight, Nick? I don't know.
Well, it's this is the UFC, but it's an MMA fight. MMA is
Oh, okay.
mixed martial arts. UFC is just a organization, and then there's like Bellator, PFL, on and on and on and on. But this is a direct rip from UFC the pay-per-view. This is a pay-per-view rip. Okay.
It is a
Oh,
I saw it
wow.
on like
Isn't it HBO?
if you
Something
just
like
put these two names in on YouTube, anybody can do it. You'll pull up like 3 videos that have this exact scene right here on it.
Yep.
Like,
Oh.
so I knew
I
it
was
had
live for that fight. I made a lot of money on that one.
somewhere else. Like, and then but then she also I don't think there's anything else in here. She's, edited out maybe this box here. You
I'm
see
gonna
other
find the real one. Watch this.
But then she claims at the bottom of this website, I think she said, oh, that was for a gym. So she said that, let me see. It says that she actually did content for the UFC, is what she's claiming.
She copied content about the
Copied,
UFC.
right.
She didn't do anything for them.
A few of our clients, the UFC.
Oh, wow. There's no way. The UFC just sold for 500, or I'm sorry, Dana White. I think it was actually like 10 billion, but Dana White made 500 million. They are not hiring people like her or me, for that matter, or anybody else. I mean, they got the same people there.
It's a
for
big
years.
corporation.
Oh.
Yeah, they have like a team that does that of people.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna pull up the real one right now for you guys. Watch the difference.
All right. Mary, Van Life, whatever, she has witnesses that are willing to stand with her. Then have them stand with her.
That's what Van Life was saying. So you guys get your witnesses together, you and Van Life, and come
Get
back
them
over here
together.
someday. Get in touch with Deech.
Side.
She'll have she would have you guys up to explain and show your receipts. Yeah, that's how Deech is. She likes all sides.
This is called
Get your
Tail of the
buddy.
Tape, right? Watch what I'm about to show you guys. You ready? You guys are gonna laugh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Hey, Mary, or whoever you are, you did it. All right. Share screen time. 1 second. There we go. Pull that bad boy up.
How do I approve it? Oh, there it is. I see it.
All right. Look on the right. All right. Did that go away from it or no?
That's exact. Yeah.
Now you see on the bottom the actual stat, Modelo, right where she took out Modelo.
Yep.
Oh,
okay.
Snappers. Wow.
Yep.
Dang it.
That's right here is Modelo.
Crazy. Oh gosh. Girl, you got some tricks up your sleeve.
Copycat. That's all she does. Here's her other ones. They're not from the UFC, but other people will make as well. She
literally just took theirs though.
Yeah, what she tried to do was smart, to be honest. She tried to make her own tape. It's called Tail of the Tape. Their age, their height right here, weight, and this is their reach. But at the top right, you see that? Own Sports 2 HD, Action Live, Modelo, Cerveza Modelo. It's the sponsorship right there. She can get in trouble for that. If UFC finds out about that, they will sue the F out of her.
Yeah. I mean, especially, and then she did it in her live stream, even claiming that she created it.
Oh, Lord.
So it's not like she can pass this off. Well, I have it downloaded, but she did claim in that live stream, because she's going over her website and she shares it and she talks about making this for a UFC thing.
Oh, okay. So you made this. Where's
say like, oh, I borrowed it. Nope.
Right, where's the Modelo sponsorship? The reason why you didn't put that on there because Modelo would have sued the hell out of you as well. You know what I mean? UFC lightweight championship. It's all the same, right? 229, UFC 22. Did you put UFC 229 on top?
It's exactly the same, Nick. Exactly.
Man, Here, I'm gonna bring this one down and put yours back up. I just want to take a look at it.
All right, let me pull it back in.
Boston, how do we tell UFC? Oh, that's somewhere I can go. I have about maybe 20 to 25 friends that fight for the UFC.
Let me get to that. I mean, she plays like a portion of the
affects her companies, you will be in trouble. She's saying, Mary J saying, if what you're doing here on YouTube affects her companies, you'll be in trouble. Please understand that. We're not doing anything to affect anybody's
Mary,
companies.
Please,
Mary.
please know this. I have a good
Life?
friend that is friends with Dana White, who's from, because Dana White's from Boston. If he saw that, you would have a cease and desist tomorrow. So knock it off.
Yeah, Mary, don't play.
What we're doing is perfectly legal because I've given her full credit. These are her videos. This is her company website. These are I showed proof of where she shares it out on a YouTube live stream, all those things.
All right. Now let's go over this one. No Modelo right there. Top right. She just puts she smacks her thing on there.
Yep.
Only thing you change. Now, also what she has in the backdrop is McGregor and
like a
could
shadowy.
Be she made it larger basically. She made a
got it.
It's the same thing but larger.
Uh-huh.
So you did not make this for the UFC. You made it about the UFC, but you didn't make it for them. They didn't pay you for anything. And if you're taking credit for making this for the UFC, that's where the problem is. I have to tinkle.
Hang on a second. I can pull it up where she says, we'll see exactly what she says, and we'll do this all under fair use.
This is fair use. Like, there's nothing that's being done outside of that right now, Mary J.
Nope.
This is nothing illegal that we're talking about. We're not affecting anybody's business. We're not talking about anybody's business at all. We're just talking about
the
couple
things
images
that she
that don't.
shared out. Yep.
Yeah.
This is the UFC's work. The only thing you did was take out Modelo right in the middle there between the two fighters on the bottom, and you slapped on your stamp mark. That's the only thing you did. You did not make these images. You did not make any. You just copied it. So stop saying that you made it.
Okay, let me see. Let's go back and see exactly what she says. I gotta find the stream it was in.
Van has a passion for art in different fields, and right now you think you're helping Azget, but you really are messing with someone's business and business name and reputation. We're not messing with anybody's business name and reputation. Anything, we're trying to restore Azget's reputation because she's the one that didn't have a voice, and I think that's what Deets was doing here today, was just trying to, right?
You're so worried about her name and reputation. The one that stole from someone else is stealing from others on things.
Hey, you know what, Mary? I'll cash up you $100 right now if you can prove to me that the UFC paid you to do that. Actually, I'll give you $500. Actually, I'll give you $1,000.
Here, let's see exactly what she said on her live stream. Let me grab you guys the link. We'll hear exactly from her mouth what she said about that very UFC thing. So we're not twisting anybody's words. They are hers.
Different templates to work with, and this for a steakhouse. Oh, and I also have somebody that helps me with the USF fighting.
Oh, USF, University of South Florida?
UFC.
She missed it.
Well, hang on. You missed it because you laughed. She does say UFC on it.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I laughed too at first. But she'll say UFC.
I have somebody that helps me with the USF fighting. UFC. I can't even freaking say it right. And we do this for every time they have the program up. And
you liar! You liar! Oh, now I am submitting, Mary. I'm submitting this to my buddy that is friends with a lot of the promotion over there. You shit! You better just get off YouTube.
She said we do this every time
for
promotion up. That's her word. That's not me.
That's her word. With an image right there.
Do you have this downloaded? Do you have this downloaded so she can't private?
Oh yeah. Well, it's on this live right now too, right?
Oh.
Yep, it's on this live. And I did put the link in the chat, so you can always grab the link later because it'll be on the live. But yep, I do.
See, I
hear it one more time.
Say it right. And we do this for the every time they have the program up, and this one I think is for the gym. I don't remember. Okay, then we do.
You simply thought nobody knew about
movie
MMA and UFC around
entries.
here is what she thought. You
Yeah.
fucked up.
Like a fake digital
Well,
resume.
this is not. I don't think she was concerned about YouTube at the time. She made this website and put all these things together like back in 2018, I think it was.
When she
Shit.
started it. Wow. So she's
Yeah.
been
That exact tail of the tape you've seen has been around for maybe 20 years for UFC.
Oh wow. Interesting.
Mary has seen the website and spoke to the very people who helped her with this particular service. You guys are messing with somebody's business and that will get you in trouble.
Oh no.
Bring
No,
it.
you're messing with the USF.
Yeah, you're messing with USF or VanLife is. Someone is, but that is not
Mary J. You're
South
Mary
Florida.
J. Come on.
crazy.
And I'm not trying to be like a jerk or like whatever,
No,
but
but it's not her
No.
work. That's just
You know that.
another proof right there. That's not hers. She didn't create that. I have who she claims worked as her contractors. We can probably prove that they didn't create that.
did you
So
see
that
what I
was-
just brought up?
that
All
was
she did was
even
take away
more proof.
one thing and add another thing.
Mhm.
It's right there. There's no disputing it, Mary. So dispute right now what you made because you didn't make that. You copied it.
Wait, she says this is somebody's that was somebody's livelihood, Mary. Whoever that was taken from, whoever really created those things, just like Azget, that was their livelihood.
Yeah, their work, not your work. You can't just like put up your little whatever, change it like to less than 1% with your logo or whatever on there and say it's yours. That's not how the life.
Yeah, she slaps her logo on there and takes away the Modelo on it.
Do they still call it the UFC?
Yeah, it's Ultimate Fighter Championship. But then there's like Bellator, PFL, Professional Fighters League, Bare Knuckle. What else?
Oh, laundry. You'll have to message me.
And great friends with Rick Little, owner of
SIKK.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now. Okay.
Exactly.
How do I get her email or
She
something?
does not work on it. She hired somebody who does. So stop twisting what she says in editing.
Well, whoever
I
did
just
that,
played
please-
exactly what she said. Do we need to play it again?
Yeah, please, will you? 'Cause I did
Let's
smoke.
do it one more time because these are not my words. I'm not twisting anything. This is what she says.
And we're not messing with anybody's livelihood. We're, if anything, we're showcasing your livelihood, whatever it is that you're doing. You know, we're not.
Well, it's proving that things are being taken from elsewhere. But let's.
Yeah, other people's livelihoods.
I also have somebody that helps me with the USF fighting. Sorry, yeah.
So yeah, we heard her say she has somebody that helps her with it. We heard that, but we'll keep listening.
UFC. I can't even freaking say it right. And we do this for the every time they have the program up, and this one I think is for the gym. I don't
Okay, so
remember.
she says we do this. So she's putting herself in there every time they have the program up. Now we can go down, and she's telling us here.
And she said for the gym.
Yeah. She's telling us here who works for her production company. Well, they're not employees because she can't afford them. So it has to be one of these people.
So, motion editor.
And if we can't link those, then.
Okay. And I don't have their photo, but they do the area drones. And
Here,
that would
here.
be
Here you go,
Stephen
Nick.
King. Videography. I have not given them any work since I got sick.
Now I forgot. Here, she's about to tell us who does the UFC stuff specifically. There we go.
Thank you. Let me get my pen.
Justin, he's the one that helps with the UFC. Okay. Justin is still doing that, but he's doing that as his own editor, own contractor. All right. And
No, I can't. I don't know if that's true or false. I don't. You know, what I mean, he
No.
could work as a.
You gotta figure out if this Justin does work for UFC.
Let me see what it looks like. No way. That's been on that's it's been the same thing for about 15, 20 years. There's no way he came up with that. Now it says area drone service, Justin. So he's saying Justin also
No,
made
that's a different one. It's down. It's under his picture.
awarded by the best
Here, let me
music
push
video
right,
editor.
As
go
his
up a
own
little.
editor, own contractor.
Right there. It says Justin is one of awarded the best music video editor and effects artist of Las Vegas.
Okay.
From Las Vegas.
Where's his
Las
last name?
Vegas.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Justin, just Justin.
Just Justin.
Oh, just Justin.
Hey, Justin.
Oh my God, Mary is triggered. She's like, we're all going down. We're taking away her livelihood. She's 100% winning. I can't help it, but you guys are dumb.
They can sue her for that.
Mary, I can make 1 or 2 phone calls and have you in a lot of trouble. I'm not going to do that to your life though, but I would take that down as fast as possible.
How is this being greedy? How are we being greedy right now by talking the truth about what we're seeing? And like,
You're greedy. You're stealing other people's shit and saying it's yours, Mary.
Someone said no, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing. Someone said never mess with the USF.
Yeah. We're
I
so
saw that too.
Right, like, I can't. Never mess with the USF.
Oh my God. Oh, you just can't make
Dan's
this
gonna
up.
win again. All right, we'll see.
Good night, all. I could leave now. Okay, good night, man life.
The girl works right next door. She lives right there, you dumb mother. Oh, okay.
You know what's funny is this is under copyright as well. Images may be subject to copyright. The exact thing that you made and took away Modelo and whatnot. And by the way, if he did make that for the UFC, that Modelo, that their Modelo sponsor would still be there, hon. You know that. So let's, you know what I mean? Let's stop.
Yeah, their sponsorship would be there. Okay, so BL is saying there's also one she has up for fight night. Let me see.
Was it UFC Fight Night? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like I
We'll
didn't
use
dig
it.
down
That was a
deep
pay-per-view that you showed that we just saw, and so UFC has pay-per-views, and they have like UFC Fight Nights that you don't have to pay for. It's like on like ESPN Plus or ESPN.
She messed with the wrong Boston Nick over this.
Just
we
my
have like
John.
an expert. We
I
have an
was
expert
hoping
at
Boston would be.
USF.
Oh, there it is. I was hoping he would be in here when we shared that part because I was like, oh, he will know. I have no clue about UFC.
I am stunned that she actually tried to say that was hers. Like, it's
Look at this. Can you see
Like
this?
you knew the image right away. That's crazy, you know?
main arena. So is she doing a promo for somebody? A
Yeah,
fighter?
this is a promo for something.
She could have done that.
Yeah.
That looks like more like, or she could have taken it from somewhere
Yeah, somebody could
else.
have paid her to make a promo for this fighter.
This looks a little older, like I would say, you know, or I don't know.
No glory. Hold on.
Like 10 years old or so,
That's
or
like-
8 years old. Doesn't seem like very like up to date, you know?
Keep playing it. Let me see something real quick. I might have seen this before.
I don't know anything about fighters or. I know who Conor McGregor is. That's about it.
Fight night. I mean, that's just showing a guy shadow boxing, hitting some mitts, and then putting fight night. There's not even.
Yeah, I mean that could absolutely May 11th. Whatever it was on May 11th.
Let's see how he wraps his
That
hands.
could be hers. That's why I said I think there are some truths.
Yeah.
With some of these
The
lies.
seeding stuff. I think you
Mhm.
definitely Mary or Van Life. I think she does like some kind of seeding designs.
To me,
or
she's just
some kind
slapping. She's slapping things together and acting like it, like certain things, and acting like it's all hers. That's what it looks like to me.
Well,
Sorry.
this is on one of her YouTube channels, and it does look like something that she would have created. So I do feel that there are
Yeah.
is
Oh,
real.
yeah, that one looks creative.
This looks like somebody. Yeah. Yeah. That
Because
looks
it doesn't look
she
that
could've done
fancy.
it. Yeah, I can see her
So,
doing this.
even though it does have life vision, I did see that logo. I think that's her, who she said was her her teacher that taught her how to do Adobe and stuff.
And by
had
the way, she'd be
logo.
rich if her and her friend is the one that made that UFC thing.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
moly!
Do you want to
Holy
see her magazine? I can share her magazine with you guys.
rock and roll!
Yeah, let's see it.
Those are kind of interesting.
For
And
like
none of this is doxing. This is all. I mean,
It's all
on
on her
channels,
public
we go
stuff.
over content all the time, things like this.
Oh, this was like she was going by this like when she changed her name
Yep.
one time to Optimum and then changed it again to Van Life again.
She has multiple channels still currently up. They're all
Oh
still
yeah. Does she still have the Optum whatever?
Yep, she still has
Op-
Optum.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, CCSS. Yeah, I've seen that one.
25 to 50% off ad space happening right now.
Was he selling ad space?
She is
For like
ad
a
space.
digital magazine.
For a
that
digital
she runs.
magazine.
I could see that. A lot of people do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For like events and stuff. All right.
Yeah, just Google and the ad space and all that kind of Google. It doesn't make as much money anymore.
But like, is this like a real thing, or is this just like
what the
what
fuck
is
was
it called? Like a reel almost,
like a mock-up?
a mock-up part of like like a
do you remember
like a
what's her
resume,
name?
a digital resume. You know
Yeah. What's her name? Ellie, the Julie girl overseas. Remember the fake magazine that Fia was making?
Oh, Fia. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That Fia
I love that
Johansson,
one.
the Persian medium. Yeah, like
Yep.
she had she had like a fake she was in like in a fake
Forbes
or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Her husband made fake Forbes, right?
Oh wow.
Like Trump, like being on like Time magazine, like I always like I feel like some of them are fake. I don't know, like he hangs them in like Mar-a-Lago or somewhere, and some of them are like not real.
She's been
Like,
working on the magazine for several years though.
The Optimum?
That's an old account that she has had for quite some time and has had that website up for a while too.
I mean, she's a graphic designer. It's like her reel almost, like or some, similar to it,
Well,
or
if that's the
something kind of.
case, why would you take that UFC and just stick your thing on it and take away Modelo? You know what I mean? You didn't make any bit of that. In fact, you took away the sponsorship and just added your watermark on the top right hand. So you literally made nothing. And your friend didn't make that for sure. I already know that. So that's
She called us greedy bastards.
holy moly.
Wow.
What are we greedy about?
Yeah.
Like, how is this greedy? How are we making money right now?
I
By,
don't know.
like,
That's
talking about her?
crazy.
I don't find myself losing money.
You guys are hating on my hustle. You guys are hating on my hustle.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna get in trouble because we're like she like almost like defamation. She's like saying she has a case for defamation per se or something like that. There's damages just by us talking about it. She's not gonna get work and she's gonna lose work because we're exposing her.
You know what plagiarism is?
Yeah.
There is a difference that saying that somebody stole something is creating a business with it, then showcasing somebody's business to help them. You are in trouble.
You said you and your friend make that for their events.
Yeah.
Knock
We created it. I didn't say we created it. Van Life said we created it.
You are in trouble. What is this freaking sick kindergarten?
Okay, her speech impediment has nothing, and nobody here has made fun of her speech impediment.
I don't know she had one.
Nobody.
No, nobody. She said that she's the one that said when she gets tired or something,
Yeah.
she starts sounding like a little girl or a little child, right? A kid or something.
Yeah,
or,
yeah. She
I
says
think there's
she
a fine
sounds
voice.
less like adult, more like a kid. Which I mean, yeah. Listen to me, like both.
Yeah, you sound so young. Yeah, we are. I mean, everybody has
Totally. I mean, I can do it too.
Shut up.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
no, we didn't make fun of her speech impediment. But a speech impediment didn't change somebody else to we. Like that wasn't an impediment issue.
She's
that
never.
was-
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider her having a speech impediment. I don't hear any speech impediment in her.
And I think that has nothing to do with plagiarism either.
These are After Effects templates. If she was 18 at the time, likely stolen from other graphic artists at Envato, everything likely came from there. So you don't have to super chat again to tell me this, Brianna, but if they're After Effects templates, is she allowed to try to use them to sell as part of her business? Are you allowed to do that?
No way. Not in my opinion.
I
That'd be still
can look
plagiarism.
into it, but I didn't know if Brianna
I'm
would
guessing, but I
Yeah.
would just think that would be like, I mean, everybody would be doing that, right? And
Oh no. No. I'll look it up. Thank you, Blank Slice. like greedy deetsy.
Greedy deeds.
I'm gonna look up After Effects templates real quick.
All right. Then this UFC stuff got me more interested now, even more. If you bring something to the table here with this.
Envato, there's Envato. Okay, unlimited downloads. Wait. This one is on her site. Right there, like the very first one that comes up. Let me see here.
So is she straight using templates from the template website?
See, don't you remember this one right there? That is. Let me see if I can go back and grab hers. Like I haven't even went into Envato to like see all their templates, but that's like the very first one that comes up. I'm pretty sure that was on her website.
Wow. That would mean that she used Envato's.
But can you? I mean, that's the thing. I'm not claiming it's stolen. I don't know. Are you allowed to download them and resell them? I don't know that answer.
I mean, I don't think you can resell them. I mean, you might be able to use them, but resell them? That seems criminal to me, but that's just.
I don't know. I mean,
yes, allegedly.
If they're templates that you can download. Okay, no, that one wasn't on her site. I think it's the background to this one looked like that one, maybe. Let me see.
Mary says, are definitely losing credibility. His people can see you digging hard. Are you speaking cryptic messages now?
Hey, Johnson.
Jonesy.
I'm so great. Thank you, Blinks. I almost said blank screen. Blank slate. Are there any client reviews of her work or no? I could not find any client reviews. None. It kind of looks like a Canva, but more downloads, more templates. I'm not going to create a account to. I don't know if I have to. Let me stop for a second because sometimes like your stuff just pops up when you try to.
You can. Brianna says you cannot resell them empty. You cannot resell projects you've used them in unless you fully license them.
Okay, so she would have to have all the full licenses. Okay, that's what I didn't want to pop up, and it did anyway. Let's see here.
I just found like screens.
You know what, Mary? Hit that link. I like to just like a honest, just real. I don't yell at people. You can ask anybody. Conversation. I can ask you questions that you should be able to answer if you did, in fact, work for the company that made that UFC stuff.
Let's see if the UFC one's on here.
That's all like put together stuff.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's not the same thing as that intro promo.
Because the UFC thing is 100% not hers, and end of story. But this stuff could be.
Well, this is the website where you download the templates. So I'm not claiming any of this is hers.
Let's see if there's UFC in there. Is there a way to type it in the top? Like, oh, you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm searching now is all the UFC content to see if they had that same template.
Oh, you know what? Type in UFC. Put Conor McGregor. That will help search it for you. It'll pull anything up with Conor McGregor.
Okay. Oh, it looks pretty similar. Wait. Oh, no, that's different. I saw them taping up the hand. I was like, that's just like that other one. I don't think it is. No, I mean, but it could come from a different website. It could be hers. We don't know, but it sure looks like a lot like
Especially if you have a license for the templates or you made the templates. Let's see you prove that's you, that you're that she has neither. You said that you guys make that. Okay, we make that for them.
Yeah.
You said it. And it's impossible.
Yeah, it might not have came from this site, but it is interesting. that there are these templates out there. It could be a lot of that.
Oh Lord.
Wow. This is something else, y'all.
Electro says I got good stuff to say, but I'm staying quiet. Say it.
Who said that?
Electro?
Oh yeah, say whatever you need to say.
I just found a bunch of screenshots. I'll send them to you.
If she has a license for all that, then she's good. Then no one can, strike her for anything or go after
Well,
her.
it's not about that. Her saying she made those you know what I mean? That for you. Been around for longer than you even started doing this. So that's how I know she's bullshitting about that specific UFC thing.
Oh, how old's that UFC thing?
They've been using that same tail of the tape for at least 15 years. Are we 2023? Yeah, at least.
Yeah, she did, Rowena, didn't she? Thank you, Brianna. Yeah, I'm not a graphic artist. I'd never claimed to be, so I didn't know some of these things. I didn't know that there was websites that you could buy, templates for, or kind of like Canva. Also know that you can, contract out your work on different websites and stuff, but I'm not aware of them like you guys are because I don't use them.
Company gives her the whole website to help sell the templates, gives her a platform to create that UFC template. She did not, or did it wasn't made done. End of story. I don't want to hear it again. It's ridiculous.
Company gives her this whole website to help her sell the templates, gives her platform to create if she wants to. Whoa, those are some pretty big claims, Mary J.
Very big.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Brittany here. This isn't healthy. This is not. Does a website promoter? No, this is not healthy at all.
Oh Lord, yeah, it frustrates me too because that's like my bread and butter. She's sitting there trying to. I mean, fuck. I could probably.
Brianna says Mary saying there's a license is all the proof I need that they all came from Envato. Tell us, Mary, how much did you pay for the license for all those templates? Do you know? Because I do. Ooh,
X. I guess you're finally learning. What is Mary? What? All right, I can't anymore. Deep breaths.
Yeah, I mean, she's not going to come up and explain herself, but
Right? If she was so right and all this stuff, wouldn't she just come up and help us understand?
so you can also use it on your YouTube channel to write. What? Oh, a subscription service. I know, right? Just for you, she knows so much. Especially for someone who's only been around for a month but has been following her for a very long time. Lots of information in here.
She might be just trolling, to be honest.
Maybe.
Like Corinne said.
No, she knows too much. She's not trolling. She talks like her. She says all the same things that she was saying that day because I was
No.
reading her chat. Remember before she went up?
Yeah.
She was like,
So
she talks just like her.
Oh, I have a feeling she is. I think she's also typing in the chat repeatedly.
Oh, I hope Van Life's watching this too.
Yeah.
Well,
Mary and Van Life. Maybe they're watching it together. Maybe Mary is typing for Van Life. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why they sound so similar. We'll just, you never know.
Yeah, she is making it worse on herself and for Van Life.
Well, thank God you showed me that UFC thing because that really puts a nail in that thing. You know what I mean? That in that because that's just you. I don't. Well, you know what? She might be doing this with somebody else because anybody that does know anything about the UFC would never have tried to say that they make that for the company. You know what I mean?
Right. And where'd it go? CL said here, even if these templates are templates that she has license for, okay, great. We're not saying she doesn't because we don't know. But the fact still remains that she did steal other creators' personal work and claim it as her own, and she absolutely did not have a license for that. Not at all. But I need to hop off here, y'all, and take this dog on a walk.
I'm gonna go bang my head on the wall.
Live.
You go get on that on the UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take away.
Send that to me. Here, I'll put my email in the back. Hold on.
Or you
Hey,
could, or it's like if you just like rewind on the screen too,
Oh,
right?
here.
You
What
can
do you
find it.
want? You want her channel or you want the website?
Both.
Okay, I'll put them in the back chat for you real quick.
You want my email or no?
Yeah, go ahead and put your email in there because I do need to hop off here and take him out. So I'll just email him to you in a minute.
Let me make sure I have it right. Yes.
Okay. Yep.
Thanks, Deets, for
No, thank you guys.
for all you do. Yeah, that was like an interesting
Very
turn of events at the end there with the UFC stuff.
It
So
was.
now that
And
Boston
I'm
is
gonna
hot
load
on the
that
case.
video up separately just so that it's easier. Or well, it's already loaded. I'll make it public so
Oh,
that's
nice.
easier. It's not a long.
Like a standalone, yeah,
Yeah,
because that
we didn't
shows
want it.
everything. Yeah,
We
Good
wanted some
job.
of this interaction that we're having right here, right now. That's why we did it this way. But I
Life
still
has
wanted
nothing to do with
to
those businesses.
have it
It's just a
separate to
business.
share out.
What does that say?
Van life
Well, I'm gonna
has
send you
nothing
some.
to do with those businesses. It's just businesses in a different name called Optum. So what you mean is she wanted Optum to be famous.
Well,
Those
that's
are
good.
Van
Okay, good.
Life's businesses, ma'am. We showed you how they work. Like,
All right.
Oh my
All right.
all right, you guys all have a great night.
So,
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Bye,
all right.
guys.
Bye,
As Dee
Van.
says, love, love.
Love,
Love, love.
We don't do hate over here. No, thank you all for stopping by. Like I said, I'll have that video unprivate or it's on unlisted. I'll make it public so you can share it out and people can see the truth about Azget's work and how Azget's work was stolen and that it's not, attached to this almost 4-hour long live. Yeah, go outside, touch some grass, enjoy a drink. Life is good. Life is good. But thank you all for showing up and for listening. I'll see you all on the next one. Love, love.